I think you just need more hit die.
10d6.
Right.
I think I can. With my
Yeah,
temporary hit points. If I roll well enough.
Force.
Oh, yes, because you get your temporary hit points when you...
Keep in mind your temporary hit point max is equal to your... Oh no, your hit die you roll, because you currently have your hit die.
My hit die, yeah.
It's half your hit die, and your hit die should be equal to your level
21.
plus your proficiency bonus.
Yeah, it's 21, so I get 10.
So you get 10d6, yeah.
So if I roll well enough, I can catch up, but
yeah,
not. It's
all right. So hello and welcome everybody to Crabby D&D. I am here with my players: Harlan.
Hello.
Sam.
Hello.
Simon.
Hello.
Jamie.
Hi.
And Infernal.
Ni hao.
Also, Jamie, you're quiet. Is your mic okay?
Yeah, I moved it
There we
away because I was drinking tea.
That's fine.
Oh fuck, tabletop.
You can
Yeah.
tell it's a professional production. You can tell, can't you?
Professional?
Oh, yeah.
Why would I bother with that?
Yeah, we.
That's a fair point.
I don't care about professional. This is a game that we play. And I make these so that you have so you have a reference if you ever want to go back and look through stuff. Or if anybody wants to watch and join the stream. I don't care. Either way.
I feel those people need help, but
Don't be mean to my viewers like
Frankly, when the world comes to an end, this may be the only entertainment people have. We are goddamn saints. We
Okay.
are martyrs.
Could you imagine an alien species coming down to Earth long after the human race is destroyed, finding like the
My
server
hard drive.
that... No, I was finding your hard drive on the server that these videos are kept on, and among like a load of other like crappy Twitch streams, there's this, and
This is
This
quality
is the-
stuff.
this is quality stuff compared to the other like, yeah, I don't know,
We're like, oh,
normal.
such a
normal
tragedy.
Twitch
We,
stuff.
we never got to meet this ascended civilization.
Poop. That would be just. Oh look, they're making a sex joke again. Oh look at that, CBT. How original.
The elf one has been punched in the balls.
Believe has that happened twice?
Yes.
So if I had a penny for every time my elf was
You should have 2 pennies.
had CBT, I'd have 2 pennies, which isn't a lot, but it's worth that it happened twice.
Okay. Wow, Doofenshmirtz.
I know,
Also, new imagery of Elsyan as just being Doofenshmirtz in a wig.
Elsyan, Elven Incorporated.
Oh my days.
Oh, I haven't even started drinking yet. Oh.
To be fair, I'd work at Elsyan Evil Incorporated.
I think I would too.
I'm glad. Thank you.
I was doing that.
Elsyan
Yeah.
supports your loyalty.
Don't worry.
And
I'll
you act
get
like
to
you
my
had a
announcements
choice.
eventually.
Yeah, at some point we'll stop talking about. Okay, I
It's
think
fine.
I'm done.
It's buying more time for Sudz, and hey, let's be honest, you guys are able to just
Us
do what you
guys.
need to do right now.
We
Getting out of
specialise
this.
in it.
Just being you.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, sticking about. Our specialty.
Your
Our
specialty.
Specialty. Thank you.
Yeah.
Tea.
Special.
Specialty. Ooh. All right.
Oh.
But yes.
My mummy says I'm special.
Usual announcements. Thank you to Nosa for all the artwork that's being done over here. Thank you to Tabletop Audio for the free music, sound, and other soundtracks that you'll listen to for the entirety of tonight. Most of all the combat maps have been done on Incarnate.com. You can go and check that out. And yeah, that's everything. All right, I think we will just begin for now. All right. So, last session, our party of adventurers: Elsyan, Queglod, Sasha, Malcom, Bern, and Rook. After a rather interesting day, the party decided that the next step of their adventure, that they would need to defeat Webval, Making the decision to do so, they picked up various potions, supplies, and they got ready for the fight ahead. As they teleported into Webval's lair exactly where they wanted to be, the weapon only 20 or so feet away from them, and a sleeping dragon about 40 or so. As they stood there and landed, the loud sounds of armor and the crashing of the party into crunching snow and ice, Webval awoke, and with that a combat broke out. The party fought desperately, with various party members going down and having difficulty in certain areas, as they were being attacked, assailed, and were otherwise unable to escape in certain situations. Others, on the other hand, were struck down with ailments that they weren't able to assist with and help themselves, so they were stuck. But with what they managed to do, cobbling together as best they could, whatever plan they had, they brought themselves together and defeated Webval once and for all. With Webval down on the ground, his head severed, and the skull taken as a trophy by Rook, the party rested, found Rook's grandfather's remains, and took the weapon and fled. With this, the party arrived back at home, now covered in either their own blood that's either frosted or frozen over, cold and wet, hoping to be able to take just a day to themselves. They did so, relaxing and preparing, some members of the party going and speaking to different individuals, NPCs, and preparing to stock up for the next day. So, as we check what is going on, Rook, Elsyan, and Bern, you three all head down to Gree, as he is now available.
Yep.
Heading down to him, he looks, he watches you as you all come in, just takes note of your presence, finishes up one of the potions he's otherwise working on. Ah, good to see that you're here. I've stored the blood away. I'll use that for a potion. It was discussed that I would be getting you more jars, correct?
Yes.
I'll get those sent to your room when I have them. It'll take me some time to enchant them.
'Tis fine. No imminent rush. I still have a couple.
Good. With regards to your blood, Bern, I'll get it distilled within the next 2 weeks, we'll say. Dragon blood is dangerous, and I don't want it to be transformative on you.
What about the heart?
The heart has been frozen, and an object like that is worth a fair amount. Right now, you've run me dry of most of my cash. Looks at Bern, looks at Rook. I'll have to get more from somewhere. So for now, I'll be in your debt.
That is fine. I managed to work out an idea for a potion that I would like if you could make it. If
it'll take away from the cost I owe you?
Previously, when we were fighting the Blind Butcher, there was a potion I had which was liquid courage or liquid something or other. Basically, in this fight, I was rendered useless. I was so scared of the dragon, I couldn't engage in combat. So, something to counter that would be really appreciated.
I can sort something of that nature out. It's within my expertise.
Excellent. I would appreciate that.
Yes, a potion of courage. Just pours whiskey.
That's it. From now on, Rook is just going to be wrecked the entire time, except for when he goes to see his wife.
Oh god, no! We've got to
That's how he's not afraid of her.
No, he is utterly wasted when he goes to his wife, but we've got to make it seem like he's not. So I'm using telekinesis to prop him up.
You're full on weekend at Bernie'sing him?
Yeah, full on weekend at Bernie. Except for this time he's not a dead body.
We have to wind up recreating that one Blackadder episode.
Oh my god.
Oh,
man.
Well,
So
then,
then, anything else that you need while you're here?
Seeing that was my only jar, I'd actually like another one as well.
Like I said, I'll need to enchant some unless you're just after basic jars.
No, the preserving ones.
You'll have to wait then, I'm afraid.
That's fine.
I mean, look, Bern, if you really need some, like if we get in combat and you need some blood, I do have some left over.
Oh, how many do you have?
Hang on, I got 4 jars, I had 6, and then I had so there. I've got about 6 left.
The magical preserving ones?
Yeah. I brought 6, and then I got 6 that agrees.
You had 6 vials that you brought.
Was
and
it
then
vials?
And then you had 6 jars which you got from which Gree gave you for collection.
Sasha, vials, and jars. Yeah, then I requested some of my own after we had the whole blood incident with... Whose blood was it we stole? The worms.
Oh, okay.
And I requested some of my own.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so yeah,
I
you should have some available then.
I've got some jars, and I've got a couple of grease. So we have got at least established we've got a couple.
That's fine. No, because that was the only one I had of my own preserving ones, which he's distilling now, so I'm out.
Fair.
Okay. Just checking. Gree does just normal potions as well, right?
Yes, he does a lot of different potions. A lot of the alchemy he seems to do is related to blood. So anything that either incorporates parts or otherwise has some alchemical use, it's less plants, more organic stuff.
So he likes doing alchemy, but edgy.
I mean, if you want to put it that way, sure.
But anyway, I'm not going to put it that way to his face at least. But yes, we also need some just healing healing potions.
That we can sort out. How many are you after?
What quality do you have?
If you're after basic healing potions, I think I have about 80 in stock. If you're after more advanced ones, greater healing potions, I have around... He goes through one of his drawers, pulls out what looks to be a satchel. I have 8 remaining.
8. How much each for those?
Standard price, I'd say 250, given that I'm already in condition with your tavern. You can take it down to 200 per.
I think that would work. Also, do you have any fire resistance potions?
No, unfortunately not. If you're after that, you'll probably want to go more to the alchemist and
That's
down
worth
the
a shot.
underground area.
Hoping to get it all in the same place, but
No, that's fair. It would be a discount, but resistance potions aren't entirely a specialty. With this, I can make plenty of powerful white. If I wanted to, I can make plenty of powerful ice resistance. But
only if you wanted to.
only if I wanted to.
No, that's no problem. Well, I think 8 greater healing potions.
8.
I think that.
It's actually 1,600 if you're paying for them.
1,600. Okay, I do have the money for that, but that's most of my money. Bern, Rook, help pay for some of them.
With my cash supply.
There's the occasional feeling that
can I
elves
pay
have-
you?
I will say this. I already owe you for the heart.
Yes, that's a
So
fair
I
point.
can take away from that credit if you want.
Yeah, go for it.
I'd probably
think that-
pay, given the heart, I'd probably pay around 6,000 for it. So I'm happy to give you the greater healing potions.
That'll work, and if we put it onto that credit, we could also get, if we get a good chunk of those standard healing potions, we could get people up if they're down.
That can work. They come in satchels of 12. just for convenience sake.
Fair.
What
much was
do
the
you
fight?
two? What
Hmm?
was that, Ben?
How much did he say the fight was?
Around
6,000.
6,000. Yeah, because it's a hard to keep thing, it has to be used very quickly, so its cost is less. But if it was something that you could preserve over a long period of time, its price would be greatly exaggerated.
Hmm.
Yes, but still, 6,000's a lot of gold.
Yeah, it is.
So even if you have these potions eating into what he's paying us back, he's still going to be paying us a lot of money back anyway.
I'm interested how close Rook is to his belt.
I have, as it stands, I need, was it 30,000? You said?
Yes, correct.
25?
Yeah.
Oh,
So I've got 3,248 platinum and 252 gold.
Yeah,
1,000
so he's got his belt.
I've got the money for the
you
belt.
have? Okay, cool. Nice. Okay.
Yeah, because it's
Oops,
platinum.
excellent.
No, I was just asking because I can lend you some. I have a bunch as well.
If you want to save money, that's fine. It didn't quite click for me. We could just put it on credit, effectively, or
Take it off the
Hey.
credit he owes
On
you.
the
Take it off, so it's better
prepayment.
with us.
Prepayment egg.
Here's the
part.
thing. Now, in bookkeeping, he's a debtor, so we hold him by the book. We don't. We really don't. But
We got him right by the kneecaps, my lord.
as far as the tavern's concerned, he's an asset as long as we make sure this counts as we count the heart transaction as a business thing
Which, of course, we are for tax purposes.
for tax purposes, of course. But here's the thing: when we want to go get a mortgage for somewhere, we've got to then pretend that none of it was for business at all.
The tavern's not getting the money from this, so it's not like it has to go down as tax
So?
purposes. So you don't need to
So-
worry about tax.
No. Here's the thing.
Taxes?
Besides,
I feel like we're just doing this tax evasion.
Wait. Do you think we can designate our tavern as a charitable organisation?
No. What we could. Okay, remember, tax evasion is fine. We just get a fine for that and then slap on the wrist. It's tax avoidance we don't want. Because tax avoidance means that you purposely didn't pay tax in any way by just not paying tax, and yeah, it's dreadful.
Yeah.
How dare people attempt that? As Elsyan tries to make sure that we can.
Wait, isn't
Work
it
through-
tax evasion, which is the bad one, and tax avoidance, which is the one that's okay?
Either way, you're not paying tax on a transaction that's happening to an adventuring party, so
Oh, we don't have to pay VAT. Wonderful.
the VAT is just me going. You get a
Noted.
20% discount here, pretty much. So it's fine.
How would that look for a tavern? Oh yes, Dragon's Heart. Right. What is a tavern doing with a Dragon's Heart? Man, we make some pretty damn good alcohol.
It powers
It
the
was a
freezers.
loan.
Yes. 12 jars of dragon blood, yes.
That's been completely cleared with the government officials. Pulls out clearly forged documents.
It's got kiss kiss at the end.
Why
'cause
does it say
Sasha had
sold?
a bit.
Why does it say sold to redacted?
He didn't want to know it. Right, okay. But for now, so we're getting the 8 greater healing potions.
8 greater
for
healing
Denver.
potions, which are 4d4 plus 4. They
Okay.
come as one satchel, and then you can buy lots of 12 for the basic healing potions, which are 50
he had-
GP apiece.
What for each lot or each potion?
For each potion. And so a lot of 12 would be 600 gold.
Well, if
I
we
will
get
buy one lot of 12.
Okay. So add 12 X healing potions to your inventory, because they come with the satchel. They
Nice.
weigh a total of 12 pounds, believe it or not.
interesting, I think you know what? Yeah, Elsyan will get 12. Let's face it, if he's down and someone doesn't have a potion on him, he might as well have potions on himself.
So people can take them out and use them on him.
Well, yeah. Now
Yeah.
Elsyan's now trying to think. I
I've
could
just
fit-
realised I really didn't need to buy 12. I've brought 12, but I didn't need to. I've now got 22 health potions on me.
Yeah, Sam did realise that having Elsyan drink all his healing potions at the end of that end of the fight with Webval just not a good idea.
You got money to burn, apparently. It's fine.
I have some money to burn.
So,
Not masses.
you buy up the healing potions, sort of what you can. He sets them in the satchels for them, passes them to each of you. Well then, I'll get back to my distilling and working on various pieces, and I'll repay the rest of the credit either when the money comes in, or if there's anything you need.
Fair. If you could keep me posted in regards to that potion request, that'd be...
Yes, if I can make
Amazing.
it relatively easily, I'll be doing a little bit of experimenting, then I might be able to supply a few, in a batch of 4,
Okay.
potentially. It'll cost you
That would
more,
be-
but it'll cost you less than buying them as 4 individual potions.
No, that would be amazing. Out character. Did I give... What blood did we hand over? Did we hand over all the blood?
You handed
I
over
haven't got
most
it
of
on
the
me,
blood.
have we? Yeah.
You
So we still have some of it.
you still have some of it, yeah. You handed over, I believe it was 1 jar to
Handed over a
him.
jar for Grey, weren't it?
You gave a jar to Gree, and then a jar from Bern went to Gree as well for distilling.
Yeah.
So
And then
you should have,
Thingy brought a jar.
and then Thingy brought a jar, yeah. So you should have a few jars available.
Yeah, cool. Excellent.
Which Dragon Blood sells for about 2,500, depending on its freshness.
Awesome. Yeah. Excellent.
But with
That's
the preserving
cool.
jars, it will last 8 months, so you should be fine.
Gree, if I give you these vials of dragon's blood, could you find a way of preserving these? I've got 15 vials, and at the moment, I don't really know what to do with them.
I can preserve them for you, that's fine.
I'd appreciate that.
That should be fine.
If you want to use a couple, if it helps with anything, then by all means.
If it gets to that, I'll add it to the credit.
Okay. Excellent. Right, well, you take care and stay safe. Remember social distancing from all these spiders.
What are you going on about social distancing for?
No, he's right. He's right. You can't trust anybody nowadays.
No, you can't. Excellent.
You can't go around just pretending everyone's diseased.
Why
They
not?
might be. They're spiders.
Who's stopping
Actually,
you?
that's a fair point. It's what I normally do with dwarves.
That's what you normally do with anyone that's lower than you.
Okay, I stand close to you.
Mate, you're tiny compared to me.
Yes, I'm more talking in social standing.
No. Social standing.
Actually,
Well,
that's a fair point. I am an exiled noble, effectively. I think.
We'll see where your social standing gets you in the Barren Lands. Pat Elsyan on the shoulder. Good luck.
How's your intelligence score?
Oh,
Just
don't
a
worry about
question.
that. How's your strength? Want an arm wrestle?
No, I don't.
No.
I won't arm wrestle you.
In both ways, crunch.
Yeah.
Just ask him how his HP.
Don't ask about his HP. Let Elsyan
I
be
just-
cocky. He knows his HP is low, so he's got to compensate by being a bastard.
Just turn around and breathes heavily towards Elsyan. It's like, yeah, that's right. Watch it.
Yeah, well. Fuck you.
Man. Alright.
Nice.
Fire potions. I mean,
Fire
fire
potions.
resistant potions.
Heading down to the underground, you go to speak to that same gnome you spoke to before regarding the potions. He goes about getting you some more fire resistance. He's glad that you've returned and that you're buying fire resistance this time. He just turns around and goes, "Going after a fire dragon this time?"
Could just jokingly turn around and say, "Nah, we got the wrong dragon. Apparently it wasn't nice."
Do it. No. We went there.
Does
we went
Rook
there.
want to
Turns
say
out.
that?
Turns
Oh.
out.
Carry on.
No, we're gonna go and fight with
Carry on,
Lava.
Elsyan. You were saying the joke. Go.
Okay. Well, we thought it was a white dragon. Turns out it was a red one. So we made a horrible mistake.
You can
I see.
physically feel Sasha getting pumped.
I see.
He
Well,
died.
that being the case, how many are you needing fire resistance potions?
How many you got?
I mean, I have around 10.
5. Wait,
5?
six?
Sasha's the only one that doesn't need, right?
Sasha
I mean, I'm
and Sasha
already-
resistant.
I'm one level away from being immune, boy.
Or are you just resistant?
No, he's
Nope,
one level
I'm
away
one
from
level
being
away from
immune.
Do you get immune from being like a Forge Cleric?
Forge Cleric
Yeah.
gives you immunity to fire, yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
It is.
Okay.
However, unfortunately, it just means that an Ancient Dragon's Breath will take it down to resistant, but it means that
Yes,
it's not
does.
bypassing resistant. It means that it will be resistant against lava, which is decent.
Decent.
Okay, so yes, so yeah, we just need 4 because Malcolm's already resistant.
Yep,
'cause he's
because he's a
Tiefling.
Tiefling. Okay. Very
So,
well then.
4.
That'll be...
1,000,000
That'll be
gold.
500 gold. 125 apiece for the fire resistance.
Okay, well, has Elsyan brought the last lot of
No,
everything?
no.
Because
I didn't buy the last lot of everything. That went against the credit for the heart.
Fair, Elsyan's paying for it then. He's
Okay,
noble.
okay.
He's a noble, he has money.
Yeah. Social standing.
This is why I don't go on shopping trips with anyone. This is why I tend to stay in the tavern and then go out when no one else is around. You bullied me.
Hey, you're welcome.
The,
But yes,
the,
I
the
will
gnome
pay,
looks
please.
at you and just goes, "You're in a tavern. Should I add the business tax then?"
No, this is for personal use.
He gives you a smile as he sees the complaints of you two, of you lot arguing. Very well, 500 it is.
I hand over the 500.
Okay. He takes it. He passes you a kind of a component and box containing 4 of these fire resistance potions. Good luck with that red dragon.
Are we bad people?
You are. I'm good. I have kids.
Okay. No, just kids doesn't just naturally make you a better person than me.
It does. I'm immune from being a bad person.
That's not how that
That's
works.
It is.
Okay.
Also,
As-
thank you. We have a rat child. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sasha. Sasha, when did you get here?
Not anymore, you don't. He left, remember?
Yeah, he's run off.
Okay, he may have
What?
left. He may have
So-
left the coop, but
So
he's
have
still...
Rook's kids.
They haven't run off.
He's
Well, if
You
I
know,
haven't-
you ran off.
Oh, I do. I run off. Yeah, if my
Actually,
kids have run
you
off.
went out to get milk and didn't come back.
Oh, I've become one of them parents.
You have. You've missed birthdays.
We're gonna come
It's
back
been
and it's gonna
20
turn out your...
And
It's been 20 years. You went out to get milk. Oh no, I forgot the milk. Walks out. Anyway.
Well, yeah.
You head back to the tavern. You get a general rest for the rest of the day, unless there's anything anybody else would like to do. This is the day before leaving, so you have some time to kind of relax and see how things are going.
I'm gonna.
I somehow doubt I can get a hold of some Phoenix essence in this
No.
city. So I'm good.
I guess I should probably.
I'm just gonna be
report
praying to a
skill.
Turan.
Okay. Intending to use your divine intervention, or
Just sort of general praying, maybe using a divination or a
commune?
commune. Thank you. I couldn't remember the name for it.
Okay. If you are, keep in mind that they are MGP costs, so if you're going to do that, expend the necessary essence and let me know what you're asking.
Well, commune isn't. I know that
Commune.
divination is.
Divination is, but
am I
commune
getting-
isn't. No.
Okay,
think so.
so let's see. Let me just grab that out.
While you think of the questions, unless you wish to discuss with everybody what you want to ask, does anybody else want to do anything?
I'm probably gonna go to the church still and report I completed my pilgrimage. I think they might need to know.
Okay.
Maybe.
I'm going to ensure that Webval's soul is passed on.
Okay.
I'll
Go to
probably-
hell.
Does will I know where to get like any like spell scrolls or more spells in the city?
In Adamanthia, people don't they don't specialize or sell spell scrolls, unfortunately. The only
No
one
spell scrolls. There's no.
No, there's no
Nowhere that
spell
I
scrolls.
possibly could.
The only place which would be the the Wizards Academy in town, but they specifically require you to have been brought up within their walls to get access to spells. And given you're already a pretty much fully fledged wizard, they probably won't accept you.
Come on, just teach me Meteor Swarm. That's all I want.
Meteor Swarm. Can't cast it yet, but he wants to learn it.
Yeah, I can't actually learn it if I don't have a spell slot, but still!
Not yet.
I'll settle for summoning a devil, or Shadow Spawn, or undead even. Actually, no, not undead. That may cause problems with Queglod.
Just
is
Queglod.
twitching somewhere.
Queglod turns is like, Elsyan,
What have you done?
what have you done?
Brandishes Nightmaker, Big Felipe behind.
Moria Machindele. Nani?
But Rook's like, I'm not even going to protect you from that, mate.
Yeah, literally the entire. Elsyan looks over to Sasha, and Sasha's just sort of shrugs her, "Got it on yourself," and walks away.
Oh man.
Okay, actually, Chris, I've got an idea that I'm going to send to you, just because it's.
Okay. Alright, so, Queglod, as you proceed to kind of sit down, commune, holding the lantern in place, kind of ensuring the soul is passed on, you get a general sense that it otherwise is. And that the soul passes on to the next realm, you've asked the question you needed to of it, and Raven Queen takes it.
I worry when I hear laughs. Like,
Okay.
That's such a dumb
are-
idea.
Are we good to teleport to Mount Volgrim, or are we going to be going by foot? or what?
Malcom was going to be, because Bern could use teleport, but there's a chance that it will go wrong. Malcom was just going to have you all go to Dragon's Glade using transport via plants, and then you were just going to walk through the mountain, which is like a two-hour trek towards Mount Volgrim.
Okay, that's
How
fine.
much time do we have before we start off?
You have probably about 12 hours, because you got a long rest in between. So
Okay.
you got like, I'd say 6 to 8 hours left of the day, then you sleep, wake up early the next morning, prepare to leave after having breakfast, so.
nice.
Okay.
And you got time if there's anything you'd want to do.
I'm just coming up with my questions for my commune and my
Yep.
divination.
Nope, that's perfectly fine.
I'd actually like to do a little bit of experimentation for making something.
Okay.
I've seen, but I don't think attempted to make anything before, the medallions that have spells stored in them.
Yes.
I've got medallions for it, and I've seen somebody use ones with mage armor.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going to do a bit of research or experimentation to see if I can recreate that, and if that is successful, then
Can I?
into
Hold on.
variation.
Hold on. Let someone finish. You're gonna.
Well, first step is getting the version that I know is possible to work.
Okay.
So that's what I want to focus on first.
So that is Mage Armor. Mage Armor is a first level spell, so this is tier 1. The vessels you got were made of what? Silver?
Silver, I think, yeah.
So if they're made of silver, they're tier 2. Good quality, if I remember correctly. Consume. Spell. Okay. How many are you trying to make?
I mean, just the one to begin with.
Okay,
Just
it
as a proof of concept.
okay. It takes you 2 hours. You can't fail the DC of 10.
Okay, awesome.
you are high enough level now that you can just do that. You sit down in your enchanting room, you take the medallion, you place it in front of you, and you begin to kind of inscribe with, kind of writing out on a piece of paper with a little bit of ink, kind of just inscribing the general enchanting rune before you kneel down on the floor of of the enchanting room floor, and with chalk begin to draw the actual line, the kind of the jeweled piece of it, lighting up. And as you hold your hands together, you otherwise infuse the energy with the ground below. It costs you 24 GP,
Okay.
and it costs you 1 spell slot because you're infusing a spell into this.
Mhm.
So you consume a spell slot, And as you do so, the coin, which is otherwise a consume spell, you'll keep the vessel, but the spell will be expelled after you use it. It will last indefinitely, and then upon being used, it will use the Mage Armor spell at a single target, unless you wanted it to be area of effect.
No, just single target.
Okay. You hold the coin there. You see that the imprint of the medallion on the front of it has changed to that of an armor piece as part of the spell casting. You kind of hold it there. You see that it should work.
Okay. Alright then. Once we have some downtime, I can make some more interesting stuff.
This is true.
On that theme. Okay.
Keep in mind the higher level spells, you'll need higher level metals.
That's fine.
So that will be gold, platinum, and, well, yeah, gold, arcanium, platinum, and then adamantine, so... I mean, platinum's decent quality, and it's tier 5, so that will allow you to get up to 6th level spells if you really wanted to. Keep in mind that would use your 6th level casting for a day, so you'd only be able to do one per day. But
that's fine. Yeah, this is something I can look into. I'll spoil the surprise, I guess. Armor of Agathos is the one I was particularly interested in.
Okay, and I take it you'll be upcasting?
Yeah, am I going to have time to do this before we take a long rest?
If you're upcasting, I'll take it to tier 4. I'm just checking the time it will take. If you're upcasting, that will take it to 14 days of progress to cast it at 5th level.
Okay, that's fine. I will leave this until later.
Yeah. You'll also need a higher tier vessel for that, otherwise the DC is going to be quite high.
Just knowing it's possible, though, is the important point.
Yep. Alright.
Okay.
With that, you finish the medallion, you kind of hold it in place. It's one-time use, but you've got it present. As you otherwise take, as you begin to rest, you can smell the incense from Sasha as she's otherwise sat downstairs, the hallowing of the of your halls around you, kind of lightly giving off a heated motion as it feels comfortably warm in the tavern. Despite the cold and drearier weather outside, each of you begin to bed down. As Sasha, do you have your questions ready?
Yes, I'm going to start off with the commune with 3 yes or no questions.
Okie doke.
And then I'll be doing the divination.
Okay.
I'm going to post all of the first 3 questions at once. Just answer them in turn, if that's okay.
Yep, that's fine by me. So, the first question you ask, do we have all we need to enter...
all...
Go on.
Yeah. Do we have all we need to enter the Divine Forge of a Turan?
Yes.
Can Rook empower his axe at Mount Volgrim?
Yes.
Will there be a dangerous foe at Mount Volgrim?
Well, the other 2 have been definitive yeses. And you can kind of feel the essence of the warmth and the bubbling of the adrenaline of you as this is coming to completion. You sit there and you feel a sense as you kind of look down, kind of holding both of the ambers in your hand. And it's not a no, but it's not a yes. Something is. Whether it's dangerous, it's unpredictable.
Okay, here's where it gets fun. Divination, my dude.
Okay.
Sasha lays out the incense. Probably also a few gold pieces. I'm gonna just take those out. Just a small token of gold and platinum.
Okay.
Just to add as an offering to the Queen's Hoard. And then I'm just going to ask, what trials may we face at Mount Volgrim attempting to enter the Divine Forge of a Turan?
And you sit there and you wait for an answer. As you do, you feel something within your mind, not words like you've previously had, but a sensation. You suddenly feel very sleepy, very tired.
I guess. Okay. I'm going to imagine. Okay, so either we're going to face something sleepy, or she wants me to fall asleep. So I'm going to let the sleepiness take me and see where it leads.
Okay. You drowsily wander upstairs, climb into bed, as Elsyan, you're sat there reading, and you watch as just Sasha rolls in and just conks out in front of you.
Huh.
Conk.
You
As you-
okay?
She doesn't respond.
5 more minutes. Turan.
Okay, right. I think I made up the word Turan. You know, do go to sleep. Elsyan's going to. As Sasha sleeps, he's going to slightly stroke the hair
Thank you. That's sweet.
Okay.
while still reading a book.
Yep. As each of you go to sleep, Sasha, you find you drift off and you begin to see yourself. Through your own eyes, you see you and the rest of your party wandering down to Mount Fulgrim. You see before you the same guardians before, that single fire Myrmidon, this time missing his helmet. As he stands there holding his 2 scimitars, as you see peering red eyes stare back at you, as a number of fire elementals emerge from the lava around him. The Mephits dive into the lava and disappear, as you fight them. Easy enough, foes that you can take care of. As you wander towards it, you stand there, and you sit there with the rest of your companions, and you think. You consider, you ponder, and then you remember. As words strike through your brain, return that which was lost. Not 1, but 2. The riddle. You hold the amber pieces out and you drop them into the lava. You watch as the 2 of them sink in. And for the better part of 7 minutes your party panics, thinking they've lost their chance for going in. Before you watch as the lava parts ways and a doorway and a stairwell that is red hot appears before it slowly cools as the lava recedes down several channels leading below. As you descend, you travel past several carved areas and into a large chamber where the words strike out to you, and so let the trial begin. You watch as across the room, from what you can see, the room itself is glittering with amber chunks and crystals that grow from the wall. Big blossoming fire blooms are scattered across the edge of a walkway through lava. And you see across the way, the doorway ignites with a lava-like essence that drips from the ceiling, and behind you it does as well. And the vision cuts short, before you see not your vision anymore, but that of what looks to be the divine forge of a Turan, an anvil made of hardened and very well crafted adamantine, sat in the center of the room on top of a plinth. You see, across the way, a beautiful forge crafted with an adamantine crucible at the center of it. Hanging from the ceiling by one singular chain, you see a very familiar Forge Storm warhammer. Hanging and wrapped just above the anvil, glowing with red-hot magma and lava, and scattered around the interior, you see a number of ingots, shining and glistening. As you see it in third person, you watch as the party descends down and into the forge. But you feel a sense of uneasiness. The sense of this happening is dependent on something occurring, but you don't know what that something is. As the vision fades, you rest peacefully, and will wake up with the rest of the party. Meanwhile, sleeping her way through her rest, Queglod, You return to that citadel that you've been to many a time, the citadel of memories. As you wander its halls, you end up in the courtroom. You stand there and watch as the soul of Webval sits there, tried and convicted. You do not know the full extent of the list of the many dragons and innocent souls he's taken, the ones he's killed, and the souls that he's destroyed. The extent of what he's done and the abomination of cannibalism has caused the Raven Queen to cast him down, one of the worst punishments that he can receive. His soul will be sealed away, not to be left within a haven and not to be remembered by any. He will be forgotten to the ages of time, where he will rot, and where he eventually will fade once those who know him will forget his name. You look around the court as many souls at that moment begin to depart. Some of them almost freed from something. Some who have been killed, those who were killed by him, set free. Among whom you recognize several Minotaurs, a few centaurs, a goblin, and an old elf. You begin to recognize some of Rook's grandfather's old adventuring party. As you see him sat there in the court, he looks towards you, and you hear the words say, "Take care of my grandson." As the vision fades, you wake up in the morning. Felipe sat on the end of your bed as he looks over and hops over to you. As he just kind of snuggles up to you as you currently lie there in bed.
Okay, I will give Felipe pets.
Back in a second, guys.
That's fine. You pet Felipe, and for a moment you feel another responsibility has been pushed onto you, but you feel happy about it. This is a responsibility you have been doing, and something that you can freely choose to do. And you smile for a moment, and you fall back to sleep. The next morning, each of you awake slowly but surely, or you would, at least, if it wasn't for the sound of the door downstairs.
Someone at the door.
Elsyan and Bern, you two are currently full awake because vampire and elf. The rest of your party are drowsy in various ways.
I guess like both of us meet each other in the hallway.
Yeah. You both roll out of bed. You just
I just sort of
stare
look
at each
at Bern
other.
and just go, "Let's go see who this is." It's some bureaucrat. I can't promise that I'm not going to hurt them.
You're a noble. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I'll be fine. We tend to get away with murdering bureaucrats.
I bet you do.
Okay, I haven't, but I did take lessons on it. It's not an optional class.
Class with that, I see.
Yeah, it's not optional. It's necessary to get any sort of grade and. No, okay, we're coming. I need to go shout. I'm gonna get told off. But yes, I'll go down and open the door.
You go down, you open the door, and you see standing before you your hold on.
I'm back, by the way.
Hi, back home, Sam.
Hi, Sam. I'm Dad.
No, you're not.
No, you're right. He left years
Sorry
ago
about
for milk. Isn't that right, Rook?
Wow.
That's savage. Thing is,
Oh, who are you calling a savage? You just shit on the floor.
in holes. We have a little hole, have a little shit in the hole, we piss on the floor.
Monster.
As you arrive at the door, you see your housekeeper, Lisa.
We have a housekeeper? This is Sam, not Elsyan.
Yeah. As she,
Actually, it could be Elsyan.
as the door opens, she otherwise looks at you and goes, "Ah, Master Elsyan.
Yes.
It's laundry day. So
Ah.
if you'd all mind turning out your laundry, usually you're not here, so I usually get it myself. But you know, you're all here, and I thought I'd be polite.
What time is it, Chris?
It's about 6:30.
It's 6:30 in the morning.
I have a lot to take care of.
That's a fair point. Sasha is a very messy person.
Also, I believe.
All right.
I also believe
Shut
Angus is
up.
cooking up your breakfast. So
Okay. Bern, if you wanna wake the others, I'll go take care of the unenviable task of waking Sasha up.
Sure.
If you hear screaming and it's high pitched, you don't want to know what happened.
I'd like to say for you.
she pauses for a moment,
Just
but then kind of thinks about it, and then there's like a shudder. And
Just
she goes, "Okay."
doesn't like being woken up. Okay. I'm gonna go attempt to wake.
You watch as she otherwise wanders into your lower area and begins to kind of take the pillowcases off of the lower sofas.
Mm.
Just begins to take the
She's
pillowcases off.
Okay,
and-
she's taking the pillowcases off our lower areas.
off of the lower
Didn't
sofas.
know I was wearing area. Didn't know I was wearing any pillowcases, but okay.
The lower sofas is what I said.
Bern flies up to the upper floor and
Okay.
goes to Rook.
What do you want? I'm in bed.
Apparently it's laundry day.
Laundry day?
Yes. The housekeeper
Well,
has
have we
clothes.
have we
Hang on.
really not been here long enough to ever actually be here for a laundry day?
Yeah,
No.
but,
No,
but
we're
you
not.
didn't-
We're
you took
normally
a week.
away.
You took a week time skip and you were all very busy, so you all got up early and did stuff. But now you're taking some time off. It's like, oh no, there's laundry day.
Hang on, the housekeeper comes in my room?
The housekeeper goes in all of your rooms.
Yeah.
How does she survive with the skulls and...
You're barely there. It's not like she cares. It's
It's just she
decor.
walks in and says, huh,
Yeah, but
skulls.
the room-
Gotta give
room's
them a
full of
polish.
skulls. It's got a lich... a lich
Oh my
body.
god. I
Like-
I honestly just
Oh,
thought
dragon
Abbott
head.
did a spell and everything was clean. I
No.
didn't realize we came.
This guy feel I had like a 2 cases of blood in my room.
To be quite
I'm
fair,
pretty
Elsyan
sure I
hasn't
still
been in this
have-
room for a number of weeks, so he's
I'm
just
okay,
forgotten what's in there.
Don't I still have a fuck ton of poison worm spikes in my room?
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
got a couple.
Actually, no.
I
Those
need
would
to
have
sell
those would have
those.
all been moved to your storehouse or your storeroom
Oh, okay.
because
okay.
they'll keep
That's
better
good.
there.
Okay.
But I'm
We
gonna,
get to sell those now.
I'm gonna go wake Sasha up. Hey, Sasha. Time to wake up.
Okay,
You need-
what would I have to roll to get a ball punch, Chris?
Well, it's Elsyan rolling a d20 versus you rolling a d20. If he ends up getting a natural 1 and you get a natural 20,
Wait.
that's a crit
No.
against his nads.
So
If I remember
Elsyan's got a new plan.
He's going to
Give me a
stand back.
moment. No. He's going to stand back, sort of edge around the room after saying that, get a spell book, and just prepare the dream spell. This'll work. I would like to cast Dream.
Oh no. What is the intention with the dream spell?
Okay, it pretty much allows me to invade people's dreams. It's a long spell, but if the target is
Okay,
asleep,
okay.
I can appear in his dreams, or if he's not actually
Ma-
dreaming, or I can appear in.
What's the
Sasha's
cast
dreams.
time on dream?
Because we
Uh,
don't
the
know what we're
cast
gonna
time,
face.
It's a minute.
1 minute.
It's a 5th level spell slot.
It's
It's
a fifth level spell
fine.
slot. Yeah, I didn't realise
Okay,
it was
no.
only a fifth level.
I'm going to attempt to wake up before he casts this and just be like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Go back to sleep. I'm going to invade your dreams.
That's a
I'll say that would be an
No.
attempt.
Wake up.
I'll say Sasha, because of the nature of the spell.
I mean, I'm trying to wake up before he actually finishes casting it.
Yeah, I know, but I'm still gonna have you make a saving throw to see if you wake up beforehand or afterhand.
Okay.
I'm just deciding which because it doesn't have a designated. Oh no, it does. Wisdom saving throw. Okay, so go ahead and make me a wisdom saving throw, please. Versus DC 20, I believe.
Oh, I'm good. I'm super
Okay.
good.
You go to
Yeah.
cast Dream, and as you kind of sit there, kind of performing the verbal and somatic components, you close your
That's a
eyes.
29.
momentarily. As you draw it, you then open your eyes and you see Sasha's just kind of sat bolt upright, staring at you.
The fuck are you doing?
Go back to sleep. I'm going to evade your dreams. It's going to be fine.
Okay, now, first of all, no. Second of all, that does sound interesting. Maybe we try that on Spice Night.
We'll try. No, not Spice Night. You know what Spice Night does to me.
Oh, yes, your pelvis didn't survive last time, did it?
Oh no! Oh, you meant that Spice Night. I thought you meant actual Spice Night.
Oh, no, no. That's Hot Night.
I'm very confused. We need a calendar.
We do.
Anyway, well, that's a 5th level spell slot wasted, and thank you. And we need our laundry. Apparently, not we. We need to go to the housekeeper. And by the way, did you know we had a housekeeper?
We have a housekeeper? What?
Yeah, her name's Lisa. Apparently,
Do we pay her?
probably.
Yeah,
Oh
you
my
do.
god! I feel terrible. We didn't invite her to the bathhouse evening.
Oh, we're bad people.
Keep in mind, she doesn't
Oh,
sleep
we're
in your
monsters.
establishment. She doesn't sleep in your
Even-
establishment, so she's not one who would be there all the time. She comes every now and then. The other housekeeper is Sheba, so she kind of fills in when Sheba is on duty.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Okay, well, laundry apparently. So
Well,
paint
my
clothes,
history-approved
dirty
clothing
clothes.
probably does need a bit of a wash.
It doesn't get dirty. That's like part of it.
Oh, that's true.
It
Yes,
doesn't get
that's
dirty,
true.
but it does smell.
Okay. Right.
It's the flaw in his clothing.
Well, would prestidigitation get the smell out?
It would.
Excellent.
So it's up
Elsyan's
to
going to
you.
cast prestidigitation on his own shiftry through clothing. Don't need
Oh,
laundry,
Elsyan,
don't
could you
need peasant-
do mine?
No!
Oh.
It takes effort to cast a cantrip. Of course I can.
Yay! Thank you, sweetheart.
You're welcome, Muffin. Muffin? Why did I say Muffin?
Woof.
Trying to think of a
As-
cute name. Trying to think of a cute name for you, Sasha. And I can't find one that fits.
I don't know.
Belzebul. That'll work.
So Malcolm, as you
Wow.
you wake up Rook, as you wake up Malcolm, he otherwise just opens up his door. You see his hair is otherwise a wild mess, and he has most of his stuff are the clothes that he's just been wearing for pretty much the entire time. He's covered with like leaves and like animal fur. It does smell. He's never noticed, and you're used to it by now.
Fucking reads it.
How long will it take to wash
Don't
our
do
clothes?
it. Time to get normal human clothes on.
He kind of pauses. He goes and he looks around. I don't have any other clothes.
What's on a bathrobe then? I don't know.
They wash all of our clothes.
There's kind of there's a pause as you hear Lisa from behind you, Bern, go, "That's strictly not true. You do have extra clothes. It's just you've never worn them." It goes for all of you as well.
Okay.
We did buy some formal wear for you for events when they were taking place around town in case you've returned.
Hang on. 1 sec. I'm going to take some of my clothes off, given that these are dirty. And Sovek's skull. That's also dirty, it really needs washing. I'm running to my room to see what formal clothes Rook has.
Oh my god, please put Rook in a tux.
Going through and having a look, I'll say all of you have a look through your various bits of attire. Elsyan, you have a rather elegant and very well made, otherwise would be some form of tuxedo in some regard, but it otherwise comes with a kind of a shoulder and neck collar cloak that wraps around that is kind of a darkened black with green flakes for the main portion of it. It also comes with a lightly woven kind of iron, what looks to be a delicate iron, not tiara is a bad word, but crown is too much.
Circlet.
Circlet. There we go.
Thank you.
Of a elven design in kind of a leaf-like wreath that goes from the back around to the front, just above where your temples would be.
Bit wood elfy, but I like it.
Sasha, as you kind of go through and have a look at what you have a. It's not a dress.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be fitting for one of your stature to wear a dress. So what you have instead is a similar tuxedo to a certain degree. However, it's otherwise built with more dwarven fortitude in mind. As you kind of put it on, it's kind of like wearing steel toe cap boots for the first time, as you have some form of lightly armored tuxedo. The broader shoulders, kind of weighty portions to it, and it's not plate armor by any means. It's half plate, but it's armored and it feels surprisingly comfortable to walk around in for something soft. Who else? Who's next on my list?
Finally, the comfort of armor with the functionality of a tuxedo.
Rook. Yours is a bit different compared to everybody else's. Where you're used to wearing with your kind of heavy plate armor, which you kind of have to strap on, and you have a otherwise kind of coiled loincloth for the purposes of it. You are otherwise given a similar kind of tuxedo style, but instead of trousers, you have shorts that go all the way up to from your waist down to your first knee, or your main knee, before it kind of switches back before connecting with your hoof. It's interesting, surprisingly comfortable, and also relatively cold. But alongside this, you are given a similar cloak to Elsyan, but yours is just a simple kind of neck-tied one that then goes down the back, and you have a bow tie to match, as well as a top hat that fits between your two horns.
Oh, very sophisticated. This must be how it feels to be Elsyan. Oh yes, look at me. Oh yes.
Bern, you check into your wardrobe. You have orange versions of what you're already wearing. Nothing has changed. The only thing that they have added is that you have a large array and choice of ties, bow ties, top hats, bowler hats, and, of course, everyone's favourite, a fez.
Oh, it's gotta be the fez.
It's on the fez. Other than that, it's the exact same outfit.
Simon. For Queglod, you have, and being a halfling, so being smaller, you have a lot of what look to be fairly dainty but otherwise beautiful sequined black gowns and dresses that fit nicely. Various veils to fit the Raven Queen death theme, as well as various stylized walking sticks to go with, with various iconography of the Raven Queen, most of which are fitted with a perch for Felipe.
Oh.
Malcom, unfortunately, he's not here to hear this, but Malcom has more of a flamboyant, Barrenland style formal wear, as he has been fitted with otherwise ornamental armor, which for the purpose is entirely Barrenland style in a half-plate like attire, shoulder pads that can easily be kind of snapped off or clipped off and on for the simple purpose of showing an ornamental feel to them, a cape and a small crown due to his recent promotion in regal status. It's relatively interesting attire, not for battle by any means, but other wares that you have.
I'm ready for Mount Fulgrim.
Rook
We're
comes
not
out.
going in our smart clothing.
Dressing up for the forge.
Actually, wait, my AC won't be any different because I sort of wear my robes over my armor anyway.
Fair. I gotta admit, it's a bit drafty, and I'm not sure about these leg holes. I don't normally have leg holes. This feels weird.
Leg holes?
Usually he's wearing a kilt, so Everything's
Yeah.
been packed tight in there, and
Yeah, everything's crumpled. It's not good. It's not good.
Wait, are you telling me that he is now wearing a kilt, or
No,
no,
I
he
normally.
was wearing a
Yeah.
kilt. Pretty much all the time, he wears a kilt, which is kind of lightly wrapped, but now
Yeah.
it's a like
I have shorts. I
it's
have
tucked in shorts.
shorts.
Oh,
around
finally,
my legs.
we aren't getting little bits of the old rook hammer showing itself.
I was gonna say, if you've got it, use it.
no need to show everyone, Rook.
I can't help it.
I know you can. Just don't wear a kilt.
If you're going out on an adventure, don't worry too much about giving me any of your armor. That's perfectly fine. I meant more like your sleeping wear and your house clothes.
Armor stinks. Point at Malcom.
My armor is. Okay. All right. I'm just gonna chuck. I mean,
Wait,
at this
wait,
point, if I chuck one of my loincloths at her, it's gonna be about the size of a curtain.
Just wait a second. No need. If you leave the armor, I can sort that. At least stop it smelling.
Can you at least wash the skull?
I will use prestidigitation on the armors. You can
Okay.
clean the rest, I suppose.
You wear casual house clothes when you're around the house, by the way. You don't just wander around in plate armor.
What? No, we all wear our armor all the time.
When you leave the house,
Clunk,
yes.
clunk,
But
clunk,
when you're
clunk.
like at home, unless you're preparing to leave, you typically stick in your casual clothes.
Which I imagine is what we wore that time when we went out to the bathhouse.
Yeah.
Or wherever it was.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I've just got a loincloth. Nice.
Okay.
Smart clothes. I don't like the shorts. I'm taking the shorts off and putting the loincloth back on.
She otherwise
Can you
put.
please
she
shut your
otherwise-
door when you're changing?
She otherwise puts
I
it
will
all in a.
not.
She otherwise puts it all in a basket and goes, "Thank you. I'll be around to sweep and otherwise tidy everything once you're all gone. If you're heading out for the day. If not, I'll be back around 12.
Oh, are you gonna be going into my room and cleaning?
I typically leave your rooms alone, just give them a little dust. But everything else
Okay.
around I organise.
Don't mind the dragon head.
I've seen many of the skulls, I don't mind.
Okay, cool. It's quite a fair size. Yeah, don't worry about dusting it.
So long as it's
Be
not
fine.
dripping all over your sheet, it's fine.
Oh,
Looks
thank
indoor.
you for all your hard work, by the way. And I'm just going to pass over a platinum piece.
She takes it and kind of goes, "Thank you. You do know I get paid, right? I'm not just doing this out of the goodness of my heart."
Yes, I know. It's a matter of courtesy. You work for us, and I appreciate that.
Sasha feels bad. She didn't know you worked here.
I mean, this is other than my interview day. This is the first time I've actually seen you in the house, so yeah, I imagine so.
Fair.
Everyone. Okay, well, thank you. And,
It says here, according to my notes, that only 2 people interviewed her, which was Malcom and Bern. So only those 2 should feasibly remember. Because the rest of you are all like, "Nah, we're not interested in a housekeeper."
To be fair, I think I was busy at that time.
Weren't we hiring for like the basement where we were traumatizing people?
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
Well, they did a little bit of everything else. Yeah.
Anyway, right, I'm gonna cast prestidigitation on all the armors. Just if we are heading out today, best to make sure we have them at the ready.
Okay.
I'm gonna tuck the skull in my armor in hopes that gets cleaned.
Okay.
Look at me doing common housework.
Okay. You clean yourselves up. You prepare for the journey. As Malcom turns and says, "Is there anything else you want to do before we leave for the sanctuary?"
Distribute fire resistant potions.
Yes, everyone. If anyone who's not already resistant to fire, have a potion of resist fire, just for when we get into our Fulgrim.
And how is everyone doing for healing potions? Oh, Elsyan, do you wanna? Can I take one of them greater healing potions for the floating flask?
Mine. No, yes, of course.
Thank you. Right. And how's everyone else doing for healing potions? I've got 22. If someone would like some.
Oh, I've got a few, so I'm good. But thank you, I appreciate
I've
it.
got 2 regular, so if you have some spare...
I will give you 5. You can have 5.
As I want it known that what you got, I handed you over one of the greater healing potions, so I've currently still got 7 of them.
Nice. You're probably going to need them.
I am. How much do they weigh?
£1 each.
£1.
While they're full. When they're empty, they weigh nothing, so you just take away from your stack and you're fine.
Yeah.
Malcolm will take 3 from you if that's alright.
Yeah, that's cool.
That way it puts him up to 7. He's got healing potions in here twice though, so I'm just going to remove one of those.
Oh, that's just
14. Right, yeah.
He's got 7 of those.
Excellent. There we go.
I still have potions of necrotic and potion of poison resistance. I'm guessing all potions are £1.
Yeah, yes, all potions are £1, yes.
Cool. If I remember correctly, all books are £5.
All books are £5, yes.
Ah, okay. Poison resistance potion I've got is £5. Change that to 1 then.
Yep, that's £1. Alright, well, while you otherwise gather your things and prepare for the transportation. Yeah, okay, you're all good with that. Okay,
Cool.
As you prepare for the journey, Malcolm goes out back. You see the large tree there as he places his hand on it and expels the spell slot to do so. You watch as the tree opens, as it begins to split open. You watch as the energy expires from it, creating this almost oval-like doorway. As it does, you can see the green grass on the other side of the Dragon Sanctuary, as you all rush through in that moment. As you do, you arrive out the other side, and you see the Dragon's Glade once more. Something that some of you have seen, some of you have not. You see what looks to be a number of dragons otherwise moving around. As you arrive at that tree, you see barreling towards Malcolm is a baby crystal dragon, as it headbutts him in the chest and knocks him over. It's probably around 5 to 6 feet tall at this age. It's a big dragon, but it's not big. As he kind of pushes Malcolm over and otherwise stands on top, you hear him speaking. In Draconic, for those of you who understand it. So I believe that would be Sasha, and is anybody else?
Nope.
No.
No.
Secret time.
Okay. You hear the dragon say to Malcolm, "Malcolm, you're here!" As he otherwise just pinned Malcolm to the ground. Malcolm responds in kind, speaking in Draconic. Otherwise replying if he can get off of him so he can get up. Malcolm gets up before you watch as a large adult iron dragon wanders over and says in common, "You shouldn't be running off like that. I trust everyone is in good health."
Yeah?
Oh, yes, indeed.
Surprisingly, yes.
Good. Come for a joyful visit, I hope. Chapter Crest, you need to get back to learning. Crystal Dragon kind of sits down and looks back. Large baby eyes looking at him. It's not going to work on me. Go on. Which is the baby Crystal Dragon otherwise gets up and leaves, heading off somewhere. There's kind of a moment of pause as Malcolm takes a moment to kind of wander off, talk to his father in private for a moment, before otherwise speaking to a ancient gold dragon that seems to be in the vicinity, before he returns and points to a pathway that leads off to the west. If we take that path, we should be able to reach Mount Volgrim within an hour or two.
Cool. Okay, well.
Oh, I'm going to inform everyone of what I've seen, by the way. I should have mentioned that earlier. Like, just really like, okay, so we're going to face the Mephits and the Myrmidon. Then I will be able to place the ambers into the lava, and after a little bit of pants-wettingly terrifying waiting, it will reveal the location of the Forge of Aturan. And then we're going to face a trial.
Why is everything trials?
Oh, you know.
I mean, we got the amber, goddammit. Why? That was hard
I
enough.
know.
Don't tell me
Trust
there's
me.
more. There's
got
more. There's fucking more.
Rook
I've
just
got a
starts
bone to pick with
shouting
you.
at the sky.
As we're walking, he's shouting so loud, threatening an avalanche.
When we get into
there's
there, I have a
always
bone
more.
to pick with your god. Like, why? Why a trial?
To be fair, I mean, at least part of it is probably based around the fact that, you know, you need to get your axe all magicked up or whatever. So, yeah, this might be your trial, not my trial. Fuck you.
My life has been a trial. Everything's a trial.
That's why are we here? just to suffer.
You know it.
We're just here for the entertainment of your gods.
Okay.
You are
Crisis.
objectively correct.
All of our characters have existential crises.
Just gonna cry.
Why are their faces looking at us through screens?
And why have one of them holding many books?
Why does that one look like how I imagine God looking?
And
Wait.
why is that one so? I'm not saying that joke. I was gonna make a really bad joke, Sam.
All you had to say was the F, and we all understood.
I
Why is that
I
one
need a
4
moment.
times the size of the
I'm
rest?
so sorry, Sam. Are you okay?
I don't think I am.
Maybe from Jamie, but not us.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Alright. Anyway, you let them know of the plan as you otherwise make it towards Mount Volgrim. As you get closer, the heat begins to kind of rise ever so slightly as you are getting closer towards a volcano. As you look down, you can see from this angle what looks to be the large streams of lava that are slightly below not below the surface, but in kind of these dedicated grooves that move down around various large rocks and into a large pool at the center. You can see a few of the fire blossoms which you harvested previously here are otherwise grown back, but you otherwise see in the center Mephits and other fire elementals gathering up large chunks of rock and throwing them into the middle of the magma. As they go about doing so, I would like everyone to roll me a stealth check.
We got kill them
please.
things.
Already here.
A stealth check.
There.
That's a dirty
Are
stealth.
we already there?
You're at Mount Volgrim, yeah.
Dirty, filthy
Well, you know, Malcolm's not
stealth
here
check.
for Dragon Sanctuary, so I just skipped over it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just asking if we should drink our 1 hour lasting fire resistance or not.
Stealth
Yeah.
drink.
If you want
I
to,
wanna
if for those of you who want to, you can drink your potion as part of this stealth check if you wish. You can discuss if you
I
would like
will.
to, if you want to.
But in my wait, okay, are we
Already there.
being negatively affected by the heat at this point?
No, but there are things that are on fire down there.
Like
Fair.
Mephits.
Elsyan's
It
a
won't
bit,
take us more
got a
than
bit
an hour to
dated
get
of
there.
her
We're going
constitution, so I have drunk my potion. Let's go.
Okay. Aleuir and Rook have drunk their potion.
I'm drinking.
Okay. Queglod, you drinking?
Not just yet, no.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
As you otherwise drink up your potions respectively, you... what were your total stealth rolls? everyone?
6.
I don't feel so bad now with a 9.
21.
5.
I had to roll with disadvantage.
Oh, I rolled pretty well.
Oh,
So I
no,
rolled-
sorry, you're right. I should have rolled with disadvantage. That's on me. I'll roll again.
Please get
I'm
an
hoping
natural
it's a 1.
It's a
Oh,
2!
2! So it becomes a 1. Yay!
Okay.
Bloody hell.
Bern?
Ooh.
A 2. You all waltz up as Sasha's discussing the various things to do with his divination,
A
And you-
trial?
and as another trial is shouted out, most of you who are otherwise looking forward, otherwise watch as all the methods kind of look up and dive into the lava, and you watch as rising out of the lava is a hot iron form, humanoid in some regard, as you see the Fire Myrmidon, now missing his helmet. As he stands there, draws his 2 kind of curved metallic scimitars, and you watch as various fire elementals begin to rise up and out as well. I'd like everyone to roll for initiative, please.
What is this thing, sorry?
What about the wand of sewage? Can we just drown them in
If the
sewage?
Myrmidon is how they are standardly, it's just a tougher elemental.
Yeah.
Also been bound to some master normally. Don't know if that's the case here. Probably not.
This top dice is cursed.
Alright, so you're all over here on this side as you look down across the lip of the
Oops, sorry, my bad.
area ahead.
I assume this is the initiative
Oh,
order.
yeah.
That will be the initiative order, yes, once I have
Oh, right, yes,
people
initiative.
roll.
Put me on the bottom. That's fine.
Did you roll that badly?
I have a 1.
Oof.
And I forgot the tiles, hold on. Fire elementals are large creatures, aren't they? Yes they are.
Yes. All the sand elementals are. I believe Myrmidons follow the same track.
No, Myrmidons, for some reason, are medium rather than large.
Okay, maybe that's because they're supposed to be a bound creature and therefore they've been. I don't know.
They've been humanized.
Well, yes.
They've been compacted, I guess.
Because they're sort of like elemental slaves, is what they are, and.
Myrmidon is a stronger
Front rows.
elemental, right?
Yeah.
Basically, yes.
Effectively, I've always found that it is technically slightly weaker than a fire elemental because their DPS is lower, but their ability to survive is far superior.
Far higher.
Yeah. All right, let's change this music, shall we?
So just fire spells against these guys. That should work, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the plan.
All right.
You got it.
Just you only use fire? Okay.
Just fire. They can't be immune to it, right?
All right. 25 to 20. Oh, I should probably roll for Malcom. He's got what? +1, +2. Got a +2. That's a 21 on Malcom. Nice. Shame I don't know what to do with him, so I'm just gonna have him use Cool Lightning. All right. 20 to 15.
18.
He would turn into a fire dragon here, Chris.
18. No, he wouldn't. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even know if he can, because I can't remember what level of spell slots he has to do so. So I'm not going to do that. 15 to 10.
14.
10 to 5.
6.
5 to 0. Sasha?
Oh, shit. Sorry, that's me. Okay, I'm gonna say a 5.
Can you not remember what you rolled, or?
Not 100%. Basically, I did my dice the first time, but it basically did the thing where it only spins on a single axis and then just landed on the exact same number as the last time. So I rolled it again and got a 13. But I'm gonna just take the 5 because even if it did only roll on a single axis, I don't really care either way.
Alrighty, wonderful. Ooh, fire myrmidons have a decent dex. Shame he rolled poorly.
Is this going to turn out to be one of those fights where everybody sucks in it, including the monsters?
Including the NPCs, yeah.
Because I've had many fights like that, and they're funny to a point.
Alright, so
Yeah.
Malcom takes the first turn. I'd like you to put it in this order. We have Malcom. I'll just make a copy of each of these lads. I'll shrink this guy down. Alright, we have Malcom, Queglod, Elsyan, Fire Myrmidon, Rook. Oh no, Fire Elemental, then Fire Myrmidon, sorry. And then Rook, and then Rook Sasha. Bern. Wonderful initiative order. All of you guys, then them. Alright, so.
The three that have got the most HP.
Top of the round, Malcom, having no idea what he's doing, he's going to use a 3rd level spell and cast Cool Lightning. Dexterity saving throw, hitting 2x2. He's going to hit these two at the back here. Alright, dexterity saving throw for a fire elemental is shite. Wonderful. Yeah, it's not that bad. They both fail though. Alright, well, looks like they're taking Dex. Alright, looks like they're each taking
Yes, I'm gonna use Fireball, guys.
3d10 for Cold Lightning. Oh, 24 damage. That's really good rolls.
Wow.
As this one and this one take 24 points of damage. That's actually really bad. Oh, no, I can take away that. They didn't gain health. Alright. Malcom is then going to go here. Alright, Queglod, your turn.
Me? Okay. Well, I rolled decently on stealth, so I don't feel that I need to be super aggressive in this fight. It's everyone else's fault. I'm going to see how things play out. So I'm going to move over here. I'm going to bonus action drink a fire resistance potion.
Okay.
And I'm going to
You get one
main
extra
action
round.
cast Armor of Agape for myself.
Okay. Placing your hand on your chest, you watch as kind of these dark, icy crystals begin to form around Queglod's armor and begin to almost give off this strange, almost hissing sensation as the heat and the freezing is constantly battling to win out in the environment around Queglod. It's like when Barden's reloading his steam gun.
Oh god.
Just that constant
Oh,
hissing
no.
sound.
Shiny Sun Quest, I'm the only person that will get that.
Yeah. Still be funny though.
Just to kind of.
Alright. End of your turn, Queglod?
Yeah, I'm just going to be keeping an eye on what these guys are up to.
Alright, Elsyan.
Elsyan is going to cast Blink.
Okay. As an action, you kind of stand there, you snap your fingers as you prepare to blink. I believe it just happens as a result for the first time.
It happens at the end of every turn.
But it automatically happens on the first turn, correct?
I believe so, yes.
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 Okay. So, you spend your action as you otherwise click your fingers. The rest of you watch as Elsyan is kind of encapsulated in this light blue light for a moment. Anything else you'd like to do?
Survivability. No, I only got the bonus action. I haven't got any spells, so I can move in the ethereal plane. Oh, that's kind of yeah.
I mean, you're not there yet, but...
Oh, right, yes, just... And also, it's not concentration.
Oh yes, no, you're right.
I'm gonna move there, and that's, by the way, that's
Okay.
the line Elsyan's moving to for this entire fight.
Okay, you run up a little bit further, and the rest of you watch as Elsyan disappears. As Elsyan, you reappear in the ethereal plane, you get a look around, and you see the glowing magma is this kind of strange greyish light that is emanating upwards and around. You see the fire blossoms are the only thing of colour in the environment around here. It's everything as a grayscale black and white. You see the fire blossoms are a strange orangish colour here. And you see the fire elementals and the fire myrmidons otherwise looking around as they make their movements now.
Funky.
The fire elementals, this one, and... Yeah, this one, and this one disappear as they otherwise drop into the lava below. And this one is going to go over the lava. So he was there. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. He stops there. And then the Fire Myrmidon on... Oh wait, do they have anything they can do? Oh wait, no, Fire Myrmidon's on 50 movement speed. Excellent. The Myrmidons have 40. The Elementals have 50. He's going to whack Malcom twice. Well, he's going to touch him, technically, according to the
He's
attack.
going to welcome the Malcom.
Versus Malcolm's AC. He misses once. Okay, one attack goes through, doing... Oh wow, that's really... Okay. Still gonna do... Oh, max damage, halved to 7.
Beautiful.
As Malcom takes 7 points of fire damage, and you watch as he is otherwise set on fire. As Malcom is now burning extra much. And the fire elemental will end its turn there. The Myrmidon is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Actually, no, you know what? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. He's going to go there. And you watch as he otherwise floats there, and he draws both of his scimitars. You watch as he points one at you, Queglod. And that ends his turn. Alright, Rook, your turn.
Hey, excuse me, sir. Good sir. Hello. Hi. Hi. I can't let you hurt Queglod, I'm afraid. Yes. So, yeah, I'm gonna take 3 swings at him.
Go ahead.
You swangled the fangle.
I think they all hit. They're all plus 11.
Plus 11?
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
the lowest was 15.
Yeah, they all hit. Go ahead and roll me the damage, which is 1d12 per.
Oh,
And
I
we
can
roll
reroll
1s
that
and
one.
2s.
Plus
Pretty good.
18.
Plus 18. 27 plus 18 is 45 points of damage.
45.
Cool.
Nice.
Wow.
For my bonus action, I'm not gonna use the Hunter's Mark. I'll use my whatever it's called, Favoured Foe now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you now do an additional d4 against him
Yeah.
with your attacks. Okay. As you kind of point your hand out, you mark the Myrmidon as 2 can play at that game. After swinging in 3 times with your axe, you carve across each portion of his armor, but with the lack of a helmet, he seems to be less resilient than otherwise normally. Okay, Sasha, it is your turn.
Oh,
Taking a help?
oh wait, what was that?
The helm increases con by 2, but Sasha has it currently. She's wearing it.
Oh, she took his help.
Yeah, she took his
Yeah,
helmet.
yeah, I fucking stole his goddamn hat.
It's an attuned item which increases your con by 2. That's all it does. To a maximum of 12,
Wow.
but it's not bad.
It's pretty nice, you know.
It gave him.
God,
It gave him like 19 extra hit points,
and now it doesn't.
and now it doesn't.
Right. God, let's see, because I can't. I'm not supposed to go too far. So that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. No, I can't get them both. Okay. Right. I feel like this one's probably the one in that's a bigger threat right now. No offense, but I feel like Rook's just gonna fucking murder that Myrmidon.
Fair.
So I'm going to go for an old classic. I'm going to be doing just a simple little Spirit Guardians.
Okay. You kind of clasp your hands together for that moment as the kind of divine energy wraps around you. Wisdom saving throw, correct?
Correct.
That's a fail.
Yeah. Okay. So that's just 3d8, so I'm keeping it fairly simple at the start. I don't want to spend too many high-level spell slots, considering we're going to be facing something actually dangerous later.
It's against the blue one. Okay.
So 12 points of damage.
12 points damage. Okay, respectable.
Radiant if it changes anything.
Nope. As the radiance
Didn't think
otherwise matches into him, the kind of tiny dragon whelps begin to bite into him. He's like, "Oh, it's red dragons, it's fine," and then it bites into him and just like, "Ow!" as it begins to tear away portions of the fire element's essence. Okay.
Yes.
End of Sasha's turn.
Yeah, that's all I got. I can't cast any bonus action bullshit, so I'm good.
No. Okay. Bern.
Hello. This guy's taking more of a beat, probably, right?
Yes.
Looks like it. Yeah.
Yeet.
Yeah.
How many?
I think I'm just using devastation for this one.
Just devastation. Okay.
It's terrible. I always get scared when Bern attacks because it's going to explode in my face somehow.
I'm attacking with advantage, right?
Yes, because of that.
So that's a hit.
And then a hit. Okay, go ahead and roll damage. Ooh, not the best rolls, but still 2 hits. 24 plus
Plus 14.
plus 14, so that is 38 points of damage, keeping it nice and round. As the devastation otherwise spins behind him and pierces it, kind of slashes across his shoulder, kind of glancing and destroying one of the pauldrons. As it spins back round, Rook, you watch as it skewers him from behind as the blade kind of stops inches from you, as you watch as he is now very much bloodied, and you watch as the essence is beginning to drain out of him.
I will also... Can these guys be grappled even? I cannot try.
Doesn't seem like it, no, but as they're made of fire, but you can always try. Also try concentration for lightning. Okay. What were you gonna? Were you gonna try it?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay. You otherwise kind of, as you hold your hand out, you watch as a kind of a thin red beam appears from your hand as he is wrapped in a chain and is grappled, because it's only the fire elementals which are immune to it. He is not. As he is a more corporeal form as he's held in place. Okay, that ends your turn?
I'll go give Elsyan some temporary.
I
think not there.
I'm in the ethereal plane.
He's in the ethereal
Oh,
plane.
he's in the plane. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, I am in no threat right now.
I'll give her
Even from this elemental,
Okay.
I
I'll
can
give
pop
her
out 10
temporary
feet away from her.
Okay, Rook
I'm
gets
good.
temporary hit points. Alright. End of their turn. Malcolm's turn. Malcolm, at this point, otherwise standing there, seeing the fire elemental in front of him. Yeah, cool lightning, sure.
God.
Welcome
you
to
get
Chris
eight.
doesn't know what he's doing.
How
Okay,
many?
then.
What's your con mod?
I completely missed that.
What's your con
8.
mod?
What's your con
My
mod?
con mod is 4.
Then you get 12.
It succeeded,
12.
so it takes 10 points of damage. Alright. And that is his turn done. He's not going to do anything else. Alright. End of that. You watch as the Myrmidon, who currently has his sword still out pointed towards Queglod, you watch as his eyes flash for a moment, and you watch as the lava around him begins to rise up. And who can I hit with this? Fortunately, I don't have a line tool, so I'll have to do it this way, but I think I could just hit all three of you. Okay, because your weapon's on you at the moment because of the way devastation works.
I mean, he's holding it, so I don't know.
Oh yeah,
Is
that's
it-
true, so it's on his form, so that does
That's it.
matter. Okay, so, I would like Rook, Bern, and Queglod all to make dexterity saving throws, please.
Yeah, sounds about right.
As the lair is going to use Control Lava. It's Control
Yeah,
Lava,
wonderful.
but it's lava.
19.
Oh god.
21.
8.
Hold on, it was 19, 21, and 8. Okay, the 8 is the only fail there. So you will be taking full damage. The other ones will be taking half.
Well, I'm taking half because
You'll be taking half because of your resistance, yes, but you'll be taking full and then you'll halve it, whereas the others will take quarter. Well, actually, no, because this is lava. So it bypasses resistance. Don't lose count. I hear flipping of pages.
Sorry, I'm looking at the spells. I tried to do a thing like decide what I want to do before my turn.
No, that's good. Good.
Fair.
Okay. Bern, you take 60 points, 60 flat points of fire damage. Not
Ow.
halved as the lava otherwise wraps round and over you. You feel it burn and hit against the surface of your skin as you otherwise move out of the way, as you see a large portion of you is now very much singed and almost melted away.
my fez.
Your fez burns away.
No!
Rook and Queglod, you each take 30 points of fire damage as you manage to evade out of the way, but as it kind of strikes the ground, it splashes up and hits portions of you. You have to kind of pat yourself out. Queglod, you do 25 points of damage to the lair. This interaction works surprisingly interestingly.
Okay, interesting.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there go all my there goes my armor of Agathis, but then I've only taken 5 points of actual damage. So.
Okay, so here's what happens. Technically, whenever a portion of lava is affected by any form of cold damage, it freezes for 1 round. The lair takes 25 points of damage. All of the lava freezes over for a round.
Nice.
You watch as this happens. This fire elemental here appears. This fire elemental here appears, and this fire elemental here appears.
Oh, okay.
As they were hiding below the lava, but you watch as it dissipates, as the entire thing freezes over, going cold. You watch as the fire elementals pull themselves up, each of them taking 25 points of cold damage.
Nice.
Now this is just because the lair action got.
The lair action ended up hitting Queglod, and I completely forgot that the cold damage actually matters here. So this is more of a Chris error, but oh well.
I initially felt cheated, but that's one of the best uses of armor of Agathis.
You did 75 points of cold damage, and you froze over a lair. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I went before them, before they split up, I was gonna use a cone of cold there. I didn't even know that's how it worked.
Yeah. Cone of cold would freeze over the lava. It freezes over only for a round, so it will come back at the beginning of the lair actions next turn, but still. Oh well. Okay, Queglod, it's your turn.
It is my turn. Oh, and they're all lined up, and I can't quite get in place to... No, let's keep going with the normal way. No, that's not the direction I want to go. That's not a great option either.
Just so you understand, this is a ledge that's like 5 feet high, so you can jump down to it, but getting back up going this way is harder.
Okay, but going up from this side is fine.
Yeah, this is fine.
Yeah.
It's enough of a slope that you
Okay.
can do it, but this is a drop down.
So that's just
Okay.
Yeah, and these large rocks are like 30 foot high, so they
Is
obscure
the
a lot of
Malcom
things
still
behind.
pointing at me?
The sword is no longer pointing at you, no.
Okay, cool. And how's it looking?
Very weak.
Cool, I will attempt to finish it off then. I will cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay, make me 3 attack rolls, please.
Mm-hmm.
He is grappled. Is he restrained as part of your thing, Bern?
I don't know. I think so. No.
Okay,
He's
so
just grappled.
it'll just be a regular attack rolls, not with advantage.
Cool.
We can reroll the natural 1 because you're a
That
half.
is an excellent point.
What's the
I
plus
believe
to
this
hit?
is a plus 10. It is indeed.
All of
10.
them hit.
Excellent.
Doing
And a plus 5 on each of them, so,
So
plus
that's
15 total.
29 points of damage. Okay, he is exceptionally weak now, as you watch as his essence begins to fade. Okay. Have anything as a bonus action?
No, having already spent the spell slot this combat, I'm going to leave that for now.
Okay. Elsyan.
Excellent.
Blink back into existence, 10 feet away from your current location if you wish.
Boop.
Very fair. As you do, from your point of view, it's a very interesting one. As you kind of look from the ethereal plane, you watch as this kind of blob of greyish lava reaches over and strikes the three of them. And you watch as it does, there's this flash of black energy which shoots across as you watch as icy ravens, the rest of you not seeing this, but in the ethereal plane you watch as icy ravens just shriek over the lava, and you watch as the entire thing freezes over as you blink back into a slightly colder environment.
Oh, weird. I would like to cast Mind Whip at 4th level, please.
Uh-oh.
Targeting that one, and that one.
Okay, starting with blue. No.
Yeah, intelligence saving throws,
No.
yeah.
No. They all fail. Which means they get to take an action, movement, or a bonus action on the next turn, plus 3d8 damage?
Yes. And 3d8 psychic damage, yes.
Okay.
I forget, I can't tell whether there's supposed to be one roll for all of them, or...
One roll for all of them. If it's a saving throw, it's one roll for all.
13.
Is it 3d6 or 3d8?
3d6.
Okay. So 13
So
points.
if I said D8, I didn't mean to.
No, I
But
said
yes.
d8, that's why I got confused.
13 points on each, but that's not the main thing. They now can only do one thing on their turn.
Yep, which is a choice between an action, a bonus action, or a movement action. Wonderful. As
And-
each of them are struck, you watch as Elsyan kind of reappears, and for a ha-ha moment, you watch as these kind of tendrils of purplish energy reach out and strike their form. You watch as their essence quivers for a moment as it becomes sluggish.
And going to get back into the ethereal plane. That's a natural 20. I'm back in the ethereal plane, bitches.
You watch as Elsyan disappears once again.
Ah, it's good to see that Elsyan finally found a way to survive.
Honestly, I'm ashamed I didn't take Blink beforehand. It's a fucking great spell, and only 3rd level. It is very reliant on rolls. You've got to get above it.
Yeah.
You've got to get 11 or higher to pop back in.
Okay,
So
fire
I could be left in the
elementals.
lurch.
He can't attack anything. He has to move. He's going to move within you two to set you on fire. This one's going to attack, and this one's going to go over here to set Sasha on fire.
I forgot they could do that.
This one is going to move over here in position to attack.
Technically, it's its turn and it's moved into my area of effect.
This is true. I will be dealing with that in a moment because I only have to roll for these two anyway. So, blue one with some saving throw fails. Red one fails also. Roll a lot of. I've rolled like 7 11s out of my like 15 rolls today. Oh, this isn't boding well for them. All right, so they fail. So go ahead and roll damage for your spiritual guardians. He has to spend his entire movement getting there, but that's fine because that's all he can do anyway. And I'm going to do 2 attacks versus Malcom once again. Actually, no, probably Sasha, given she's more of a pain at this point. That is a 24 to hit and a 20 to hit. The 20 misses, I believe.
That is correct.
Did you roll the damage for your spiritual guardians?
Not yet. I was waiting for you to make the rolls on them.
Oh, they failed all. Both of them failed.
Okay. Right. Womp. Okay, that's an 11.
11 points of damage to which ones? That's blue and top red.
Blue and top red, yes. And allow me to roll the concentration save. Advantage because of Warcaster.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm fucking fine.
I think you need
If anything, my spell gets more stable.
You
Christ.
also at the end of. Hold on. First time. Oh, okay. It's on the start of your turn. You'll take the fire damage. Okay, so nothing I need to worry about there. And the other one is going to also attack you, Sasha. So that's 2 more attacks coming your way. Does a 23 hit you?
23 meets my AC, so yes.
Okay, so that will be another concentration
Oh,
check for me, please.
How much damage exactly did the other
I'm
one
rolling
do?
both at the same time, just because they're all aimed at you.
Okay, okay.
And this will
Fair
be half
enough.
damage because you're resistant, so I will add that all up and work that out. So that'll be 4 and then 3.
Yep, I'm good. It's a 7 plus 5, so I'm good.
So you take 7 points.
Generally
of,
was scared there when I saw
you
the
take
4.
7 points of damage. 7 points of fire damage. One as a 4, one's a 3. That's with it being halved. So 7 points of damage total.
7.
The ones over Rook. 2 attacks at Bern and then 2 attacks at Rook. 2 attacks at Bern. They both miss. The best one's a 13. And the 2 attacks at Rook. Best one's a 13. The exact same rolls. Come on, guys. It's supposed to be like CR5. You're supposed to do at least a little bit of damage before I send them into this. Alright. That ends their turn. Oh, wait, no. Oh, they couldn't have attacked anyway. They moved, but that's fine. Alright. Well. The Myrmidon is going to ignite his weapons. And he's going to attack Rook.
Fancy.
There are 3 attacks coming at you, Rook.
'Tis fine.
Miss. 22?
Yeah, that hits.
Hey, he actually hits.
I'm gonna kill him now.
You take 5 points of magical slashing damage, followed by 5 points of fire damage. So 10 points of damage total.
Well, do I halve the fire?
Yes. So you take 2 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Alright.
Excellent.
End of their turn. Rook.
Well, I mean, he tried. We can give him credit for that, can't we? I'm going to step out of this guy's fire because that's really upsetting.
Okay.
I'm gonna
you're
take
also
the
on
swing.
fire, so you take 7 points halved to 3 fire damage at the start of your turn.
Cool. I'm going to take a swing at the Myrmidon. I'll do this one at a time because I don't know how
Okay.
he look.
First one.
Uh, 8
Hits.
plus 11. Cool. That's a D4 and a D12.
Yep. Okay, so he's down. As you swing through with your axe, you otherwise carve the breastplate in half as the essence dissipates.
Okay, then if I attack this green guy, Bern doesn't give me advantage, does he?
No, because he's inside of it rather
He's
than
inside
opposite.
it. Okay, I will take 3 swings at the green guy.
Okay, using your bonus action as the extra attack. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. Plus 11, all 3 will hit. First one, roll these one at a time, because he's also on low health.
Okay.
You've also got the... Oh no, not the d4, just that. So 6 plus...
6 plus 6.
So
12.
12 damage. Okay, next. 14. Okay, next. Final attack. Okay. 9 damage. He is looking exceptionally hurt, but he is not down.
Fair.
As you take 3 more swings, you carve through the essence. It's strange, but as you do, you kind of take off chunks of it, and you see kind of this ectoplasmic goo kind of scatter before fading and kind of smouldering away.
It's on you, Bern. He's
Sasha,
pretty wrecked.
Yar.
you take, at the top of your turn, 7 points of fire damage, halved to 3.
3.
And concentration check on that. I'm going to quickly roll for Malcom, because I did forget, and you guys aren't taking... Oh, it takes 1 point of fire damage, halved to 1. Perfect, that was definitely worth my time.
I'm good. Again, very
Yeah, fine.
good. Extremely fine.
What would you like to do?
In terms of actually doing a thing, the only thing that I can think to do is to fuck some shit up, y'all. First things first, I think it's probably fair that I move out of the fire.
Alright.
Just as a bit of housekeeping, more than anything.
Yep.
And then I would like to cast Word of Radiance.
What save is that? Oh, I can close
Oh, actually, that might be a bad idea. That's a con save now that I think about it. Could be worse. Yeah, con save.
They both fail, as they both roll a total of 7.
Nice. Okay.
They're rolling
right,
really well today.
Where's my
Why do I feel you're being sarcastic, Chris?
So yeah, that's just a whole 3d6. You know, a nice little number.
3d6, it's fine. They're disposable CR5 creatures, it's fine. They'll come back in like a day.
So that's 8 points of damage to both of them. It's not much, but you know, 16 damage all in all. You know, it is what it is.
Blue and red. Okay.
Yeah.
You're on that, and you are on that. Okay. They're both up. They're both looking very weak, though.
Nice. And I'm going to be using my bonus action to summon everybody's favorite boy. That's right. You know him. You love him. It's Spiritual Weapon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. And is he gonna conk?
He conk. He conk.
Make me an attack roll with advantage. Which one are you going to attack? The blue one or the red one?
I'm going to be aiming for the blue one because, you know, Sam's over by the other one, so I just feel like it's
he's
slightly
not,
easy to get that one.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm
Oh, right, yes, you're
10
bullshit.
feet away from where I am. I love Blink. Do I have to see the point I come back out?
Yes.
Oh god,
Okay.
that's like a 4. So
It
1
hits.
plus. Oh, it does.
Their AC's 13, man.
Oh damn.
Fundamentals don't
shit.
have armor.
Okay, so that's 7 plus 5, so that is whatever that is, 12 points of force damage.
Okay, 12 points of force damage to the blue one. Alright. Alrighty.
Wow.
And
Fire elementals were a lot more scary in my head.
They've been ganked by us.
they've been ganked by a level 16 party, and they're all like CR5 creatures going, oh, we can take them, guys.
Yeah. The fire elementals are not tough creatures.
No.
They're nothing to worry about.
They do damage if you don't have resistance.
Yeah.
Alright, Bern. You're on fire. You take 1 point of fire damage, half to 1.
Oh, great.
But Chris, aren't halves rounded down?
Yeah, they're rounded down to a
But it's
minimum of 1.
I know. I'm taking the piss.
I think we may have wasted our money.
Queglod's like, we spent
The guy that
500
was
gold on
there.
this. Which one?
Yeah, well, it's 500 of my gold.
Yes, very low.
That's finished.
What are you using?
Devastation.
Devastation. Okay, first attack. Keep in mind that you have to make the same attack against the creature with Devastation. That hits. He's got 5 hit points. He's dead.
Cool.
Rolling minimum would kill him. As Devastation otherwise skyrockets up and otherwise pierces down, burning through his essence. You watch as he turns to smolders.
Is this guy taking damage?
He has taken damage, but you can't attack him with Devastation because you can only attack one
No,
creature.
no, I'm not attacking him.
Oh, you're not attacking. Oh no.
Does Hematherge even work on these guys?
I believe you've tried before, and the answer is yes, because they're made of like primordial essence. They do technically still are affected by it.
Okay.
They have fire blood.
Yeah, that would change in campaign 2. But Hematurgy would be less accessible then as well.
Alright,
So.
well, give me a con roll then.
Oh no. Oh, 17. Nope,
Still a fail.
still a fail. How much damage is? Oh, this is really gonna do quite a lot.
That's 10d8.
Yeah, we've had more problem with these combats to these were earth elementals.
9.
Oh yeah, if these are earth elementals, it might be a lot better. But then they have a vulnerability to thunder. So
Oh, yes!
thunder.
Elsyan's got thunder step.
45 damage. Oof. And he takes half of that at the end of his next turn if he's not healed.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna mark him, put 20, and then I'm just gonna put minus 22 after it. It's probably gonna go down. Before then, or he might do so with that. Who knows? All right, that ends your turn. Switch abilities. Okay. Alright, Malcolm's turn. Call lightning. He can hit 2 targets now. They both succeed! Okay.
Yes!
Wow.
I mean, what? No, bad.
They
Bad.
tried, they succeeded.
Okay, they both take 4 points of lightning damage.
Please tell me they both die.
No, they're both lower than they were, which is unfortunate because that's actually kind of bad for them. Oh no. Alright, well they both succeed and Malcolm's going to stay where he is. He also takes fire damage at the start of his turn. He takes 2 after 1. Alright. End of Malcolm's turn. It's the lair action's turn. Can't use 1 and 2 anymore. So I guess I'm going to use number 3. Okay, Rook, make me a con save, please.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and Malcolm needs to make one as well. As you watch as poisonous gas of CO2 and ash rises up and billows up from the nearby lava streams.
That is 16.
Okay, that is a success. And oh, let's roll the dice for Malcolm. Less good. There's a fail. Okay. So you both take. Well, you take half because you succeeded. Ooh, decent rolls. You each. Malcolm takes 26 points of poison damage. You take 13.
Okay.
Puts him on 82 points. Okay. As otherwise rises up, you watch as the ash and poisonous smoke just billows up from a large portion of the lava. As it kind of gets into your face, you kind of hold your breath and kind of close your eyes and sweep it away. As Malcolm, on the other hand, gets a face full of it as he's casting Call Lightning and kind of disrupts it. And as you watch as he breathes it in, he's poisoned for 1 hour.
Probably should fix that at some point.
So disadvantage on all attack rolls and ability checks for the next hour. Alright. End of his turn. Queglod.
Alright, it is my turn. This thing is still up and he is in melee range.
He is indeed.
So I could probably still hit him with Eldritch Blast, to be honest.
Why does that sadden me so much?
Do it.
Yeah,
Ranged
I'm
attack
aiming
immediately.
for him. If he goes down before I finished all my shots, I get the blue one. Will get the rest of them.
Alright, go ahead and roll. Again, disadvantage on these.
Yes.
We'll only roll if you miss. Or if you hit, rather. However, we will ignore the end one for now. Okay, go and roll these 2 again for me, just in case you miss. Yeah, they both hit. Doing 8 plus 5, which is 13, and then that plus 5, which is 20, which is enough to take him down. 17, because it's not with disadvantage, because he's not in melee range. He
Yep.
takes how much damage?
11 from that one.
11. He's blue. Okay. He's looking less good. Alright.
Right, yeah.
As you otherwise fire the Eldritch Blast at
Yeah.
point blank range, you throw forward the kind of the needles, and as 2 of them sink in, you watch as they kind of detonate, leaving large holes as he begins to disappear. One of the needles goes through one of these holes and strikes the elemental from behind. As it hits into the side, it kind of detonates, leaving a large hole where the essence once was.
Okay, and if my mouse will let me scroll in, I'm moving down here.
Okay.
And then my
And
turn.
of your turn, Elsyan, you poof back into existence.
I'm gonna poof back in exactly where I am. Gonna cast. Oh, which one of these two's has been hit more?
This one has been hit more, however this one is going to take 22 points of damage at the start of its turn. Or the end of its
So-
turn, sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Mind Sliver on this one.
That is an intelligence saving throw.
Yes, it is.
4!
Oh dear.
And 3d6 psychic damage, and the next saving throw it makes it minus 1d4. That's only 9 psychic damage, unfortunately.
Still good though. Alright,
Yeah, it's alright for a cantrip.
looking on death, it's on death's door.
Wonderful.
Alright, it's its turn.
I'm back in the ethereal plane.
Alright, Sasha, it fails the wisdom saving throw. Go ahead and roll your damage. looking on death's
Alright,
door.
that's I'm on the wrong angle to get 3 of them at once. 16!
Jamming gifts.
It was exactly 16.
No, it's 15, but close enough. Alright, as the radiance otherwise burns into it, you watch as its essence fades as it crumbles back into the lava below. And this one is going...
I guess it's not its turn.
And this one is going to perform 3 attacks into Bern, or 2 attacks into Bern, because it doesn't like him. They both
Cool.
miss.
I'm going to use my Indomitable.
Why?
I can do it if he does attacks. Is it?
Not indomitable.
Not Indomitable. Fucking, you know what I mean. Sentinel.
I'll tell you this now. Oh, that's true. Oh, we can. Alright, go ahead. I was like, wait, you're going to use interception? He misses anyway. Sentinel attacks.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Sentinel. Can I Great Weapon Master that?
You can.
I believe so. Yeah.
Cool. I might just do that. What levels of it? Well, no.
Total to hit?
Shouldn't have done that. Should
No.
not have done that.
That's fine.
Shouldn't have
11
done that.
minus 5.
Shouldn't have done that.
6. So yeah, no, it'll be
Te-
fine.
That would have been 10 to hit. No, as you go to swing, he kind of just... You watch as he blunders forward to try and hit Bern. He fails to do so, and in the process, you fail to hit him as he's going to enter Bern's space. And then takes 22 points of fire damage and dies. Or necrotic damage, sorry.
Oh my God.
Amazing. Amazing.
Alright. As each of the elementals is slowly but surely defeated, you look about the area. Free to do what you will.
Cool.
I will leave the ethereal plane.
Is it like last
Sorry.
time where the
Fun.
where like sorry, it's just is it like last time where these bits are become less dangerous after those guys are gone?
Yes, correct. So you can jump over these by taking your time. You don't need to worry about any of that. So you can traverse the terrain easier.
Okay. Right. Can I? How? Sorry. What? I interrupted you, Elsyan. What do you want to say?
I was just gonna say I'm gonna be leaving the ethereal plane and ending Blink.
Okay.
Fair.
That's all.
Right. I'm just gonna call out to everyone. All right. We don't want these fire resistance potions to run out, so I'm going to go over there and start the process of opening it up. All right.
Okay.
You'll do fine, sweetie.
Okay.
Thanks, Han.
You head over. Would the rest of you like to do anything?
Kisses.
Yeah, I'm gonna
makes
go
me
watch-
sick.
I'm going to activate
watch and
Detect
cry.
Magic and scout the area.
Nothing is magical except for the faint residue of magic within the lava, which seems to hold some form of fire element to it, but that's
Okay.
about it.
I'm going to pull out the 2 ambers then.
2d4. I'm gonna use a couple of healing potions.
Malcolm's going to fly up and join you up there. Spiritual.
I'm going to sort of try and channel some of Atoran's power into them before dropping them at the same time into the lava.
You have the 2 ambers in your hand, you kind of channel, you let go. It's the ambers. Disappear.
You can tell it's magical because by all reason they should have just floated on top of there.
As each of you kind of gather yourselves,
We
Queglod
can
and
cross
Elsyan,
these without any
You
problems.
can cross
can't
them without any issue now the combat's over, yeah. If you did it during combat, it would have been an athletics.
we? Yeah, I thought so.
If anyone wants to pick up any of the fire blossoms, you're more than welcome to.
I think that could end badly for me. Fire blossoms sound painful.
They do sound like actual worse.
But they do make the best warming lube.
No
Elsyan,
one
get going.
touches them. They stay where they are.
Now, do I do psychic
We know we
damage
need
for
to pick
that,
some up for
or-
ammo, remember?
No, don't worry, Chris. I will do psychic damage if I feel it's necessary.
No, but Sasha brings up a good point. Abel did say to collect them, so I'll just say Malcolm does
Yeah.
that, because Malcolm knows what he's doing. Yeah, sure.
But I'm actually going to grab a couple as well because I'm trying.
Okay.
Fuck it.
I've analysed these things before and they're useful for fire
We got a few minutes to kill.
Okay, who's,
Like, you
who's
know.
picking them?
I'll pick this one in front of me.
Okay.
I'm just purely focusing on the lava. I've been waiting a long time for this.
Okay, add it to your inventory. You take 1 point of fire damage. It's just flat 1. You don't take any more or any less. Malcom takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage, and Queglod if you want to get these 2.
Oh, guys, they're taking the damage. I'm gonna die.
Yes, I will.
Okay.
So,
Should have done it from the ethereal plane.
I have to quickly head off, but I'll be back shortly. Okay.
What was that?
You should have done it in the ethereal plane.
Okay. In the ethereal plane, I can't touch or affect anything here. There are some concentration spells that will end if I go through my blink, because I'm technically on a different plane of existence. I figured out, which is a bit bullshit, and I'm not sure if that's what's intended.
If that's how it
But-
works, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, because we know there's a difference between rules as intended, but rules as written. But rules as written,
Yeah.
I've got some spells that just won't work. Phantasmal Force is one that specifically comes to mind.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
It specifies you've got to be in the same plane. A lot,
Yeah.
the ones that say that you've just got to be able to see them they'll still work because I can still see them.
Familiar? Or
I
maybe
can. I do have a familiar. I don't know where he is.
Wait, boss.
I've got
Seriously?
I've
You've
got a
already
falcon.
lost your familiar?
No, I don't. I'm gonna make
There's
the
a
familiar
falcon
appear.
currently sat on his shoulder and just doesn't see it.
Been here the entire time. What do you want about?
What?
Oh, shh. Besides, can't cast non-touch spells to it. I'm not a warlock. I don't get the cool shit.
No, true. Well, could always just get familiar to pick it.
As you're otherwise standing around, it would die if it does, by the way.
Oh,
It's got
no,
one
I
hit
haven't
point. It's a
like-
falcon.
Oh,
Yes.
right, okay.
Yeah.
I feel like-
This is purely a scouting thing. This isn't another Felipe. This is Elsyan now has a drone that goes car.
Effectively.
Nice.
As you otherwise wait for 7 or so minutes, kind of enjoying the heat. It's a little bit uncomfortable, but Gingery-proof clothing helps. As you otherwise wait, kind of watching the lavas like soak to the middle, you hear a rumbling effect as you watch as the magma rises up in the middle before splitting. As you watch as this large iron staircase that leads down is otherwise revealed.
Sasha, I don't have to kick your ass. I was a little nervous then. It wasn't going to work.
Okay.
I am going to not do psychic damage to you, given that
Okay.
Sasha isn't here right now.
This is true. I would like to know the marching order here, please. Granted, Harlan isn't here, but you want
Well, I
to
dare
just bring
say
him up front?
Sasha's going to want to go up front. Yeah, I mean, it's just...
Okay, to Sasha
Should
first.
Yeah.
I'll go towards...
One by one, or how's it?
One by one. The corridors aren't large enough for this.
Do you want to
Fuck it. Okay, I'll go here as close to my boo as I can.
Oh, you can go behind. I'll swap with you if you want.
Oh yeah, sure.
No, not the back.
Okay.
Because I've also got spells that allows me to pull Sasha out of trouble.
Okay. As you...
I'm keeping detect magic up.
Yeah. As you keep detect magic up, you can see what looks to be two kind of corridors of magma that otherwise flow down these kind of strange metallic chutes along either side of you. As they travel down, you can see kind of carved stone on the interior of this chamber. It's different from the outside, which was otherwise rough and natural. You see the iconography of what looks to be the kind of hearts dipped in lava of a Turan. You see their iconography kind of lined across the side of here, statuettes carved of dragons in place along the interior here. Wide enough, just about wide enough for Rook to move through this terrain. As you move through, you see a faint light up ahead, just past an archway. The glow is kind of a deep orange and lights up the remainder of the chamber where quite a lot of you have been just wandering through with your dark vision as best you can. Your detect magic picks up various things about the metal that is otherwise carrying the lava. It seems to be base enchanted to help it resist against the lava's effect. And you watch as the chutes otherwise disappear off to the right and left around the outside of the doorway, or the archway. Okay. With Sasha in the lead, is there anything you'd like to do?
Sasha's not here.
I know. I'm talking about the rest of you. Is there anything you'd like to do?
I mean, from single file with lava either side of us. Yeah, I'm gonna do a cartwheel. I'm not actually gonna do a cartwheel.
Start doing star jump. No.
Star jumps.
What I am going to do is I'm going to get something to drink. Actually.
Yeah. That's
I'm
fine.
not going to. I'm not going to go down fill my canteen with lava.
Alright, if you guys want to take a quick, like, 1-2 minute break, that's fine.
Yeah, sounds
Cool.
good. I'll just
be
be
back in a minute.
keeping an eye out on if anything changes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'm not doing much.
David.
Maybe look at the axe. See if it reacts.
Not particularly. Feels warm.
Ah, well, there you go.
Although that's probably just the environment.
Yeah, probably.
Alright. I'm gonna quickly go
a
back.
sec.
Yep, I'm gonna go back real quick.
Sorry for how long that took, guys. Had to sort out some stuff for tomorrow. What is up? Is everyone gone?
We went
Am
on
I
a quick
dead?
break.
Okay.
You're currently the head of the pack.
Cool boy.
Did the thingy open and we went down?
Yep. It opened up, you went down. You're currently traveling through a hallway and you see a glowing light beyond an archway. The one before the trial room.
Spicy. Spicy. Whew.
There's crisp spoons and tiles.
Looking forward to it.
Trying to find the right tiles.
One ancient dragon didn't do it. Let's try two.
I'm back. Wait, how did you guys get into my campaign notes? Oh god.
There you go, chat. You get to have a look at what this thing is.
I want to say.
No.
That was.
You can wait.
Mighty meaty again?
Mighty meaty, did I hear pizza?
Yeah, we're ordering pizza. It's Sunday, so it's pizza night.
Understandable.
Pizza.
Many of you will be shocked that. Well, my parents are going on a diet, so they're dragging me on with it.
Oh, no way.
Oh no! We're not going to be able to make fat jokes anymore.
I will.
Well, we'll see.
Chris, don't worry. I will forever be Fat Sam, and I'll still be. Let's face it. I'm still going to be a large person.
This is true. You'll still be tall if not. If not, so we can just make tall jokes.
What
going
tall
on?
jokes? You're going to call me? You're going to ask me what the weather's like up here. I'm going to tell you it's raining, then spit on you.
It smells like arse down here.
Nice.
Now, I shouldn't be so short, or sniffing my ass. Thank you very much.
Not
That's actually sexual
Yeah,
harassment, Chris.
It's one of Chris's few pleasures in life. Don't begrudge him this.
Wow.
It is
Well,
true.
Harlan.
I can't take everything from
Why you
him.
out me like that?
No, let's be real here. All we're going to do is just make fun of Sam, because if there's a strong wind, his own center of gravity will just forcibly push him over.
Not sure that's how gravity works, but okay.
It's not.
It is now.
Yes.
No.
Sam just rotates
He's
on
so
an axis in the
tall.
air.
Whoop.
He's so tall that he is the lever that Plato said he could move the earth with.
Actually, fair play.
I'm genuinely proud of that one, if I'm honest.
It's a good one. And it's forever been
Wait,
immortalized in my videos.
See, that is great, Harlan, because it was smart. It wasn't. It was insulting, but not to a point where it's actually insulting.
We got an Infernal.
Yeah, that was good.
It was
Thank you.
It's Archimedes, not Plato, but other than
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
the joke.
Oh, Simon, you should have let him have it.
To be fair, Archimedes and Plato are both equally hilarious, because Plato was just a buff dude. He wasn't a great thing. He wasn't actually okay. It's like, sure, he was pretty clever for his time, but 90% of his life was just being an incredibly buff man.
Have we got a Infernal yet? Ah, he is here. Perfect. Excellent.
Plato single-handedly won the Olympics.
Was he the only contestant?
No, it was like the actual Olympics with, naked wrestling and everything.
Alright. So, Harlan, you see before you the archway and a light glow ahead of you.
And naked wrestling?
And naked wrestling.
The light is bouncing off of Plato's glistening oiled muscles.
And you watch him roll into the lava and die instantly. He's no longer. Alright.
Okay, sorry. Deep breaths, serious time. Let's go.
Okay. You wander into the interior of this chamber. You see that it is otherwise well lit by a rather abundant amount of lava. You see what looks to be a relatively thin walkway, just enough for maybe one or two of you to maneuver past one another. You see that on either side, to your right and left, are large lava pools that otherwise extend outwards, and a slightly raised area, almost like a rockery, where you see streams of lava otherwise trickling down over bits of molten rock and into the lava pools below. You see all around the chambers, to your right, to your left, and above you on the ceiling, large crystals, probably about the size of Sasha herself, embedded into the wall and growing from them in natural formations, bright orange and amber-like colour. You see along the rim of the walkway where you go are fire blossoms, each of which otherwise sit in a much more abundant and a much larger fashion to the ones outside, as they have had seemingly a lot longer to grow here with little disturbance. You look around the room, it's silent as you otherwise proceed to work your way in, moving slowly but surely. As you step up to a certain point, you see that a little bit of the land kind of breaks off and it goes off to one side in a very short walkway. And you see opposite to your left, about 30 feet from where you are, a doorway that otherwise lies open.
Right, if we go through there, I don't think there's going to be any turning back. We either succeed in the trial, or we are probably done for.
Yeah. What's
Oh,
that?
that's just everything, isn't it? Probably done for.
That's just everything we do anyway. It's fine. Alright, we teleported into an ancient dragon's lair. This should be fine.
As you stand there, As Elsyan says that, you watch as the doorway behind you is ignited in flame, and the one ahead is coated with a thick layer of lava that begins to drip down, obscuring the front walkway.
Okay, maybe it won't be fine.
Oh boy.
This looks fun.
Welcome to Spiceville.
Okay.
Oh no, we're all burning to death. Ah.
Malcom, Queglod. Technically you're there, but yeah,
Yeah.
don't want to put you in the lava, so I'll just do that. Okay.
That works.
As you otherwise stand there and the lava begins to pour down on either side, kind of obscuring the terrain, you begin to hear almost a low hissing sound. As you watch as the lava up at the top here begins to bulge outwards, beginning to move and be displaced by a large form, as you watch as two massive red eyes look back at you.
Oh shit.
As it says in Draconic, but Rook and Sasha, you are the only two who understand it.
I don't speak Draconic.
I know. But you and Sasha are the only two who understand it. Malcom hears
Yeah.
the Draconic words but doesn't understand it. As it says out loud, "Who dares enter the mistress's lair?" As you watch as a massive serpent-like head rises out of the magma, and two large claws coil around the nearby stone as it drips with hot and still boiling magma.
Mistress's lair.
I'm going to call out Sasha Smashfist, Cleric of the Mistress Atoran.
And why do you seek this place?
To complete her quest and to gain enlightenment and strength.
Roll me a persuasion check, please.
Oh boy, let's hope this goes well, guys.
Oh,
Yes!
You say this, and the large creature stares back. Very well. But the one with the axe,
yes.
I recognize it.
Yes.
Some of
It's-
your kind have been here before.
They've made it this far. Huh. Interesting. Yes, it's a thing that's passed down. We need to unlock the axe to rid the world of an evil. And the only way to do that is in the forge.
There's a
Hopefully.
pause.
I'll be the last one you'll see.
We shall see if you can pass. She stares at the form stares at Sasha. I have no quarrel with you. As it rears back and upwards, I would like everyone to roll me initiative, please.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh shit, do we have to kill the fucking dragon? Oh. But I rolled so good! That's a bit...
What are we
I don't.
fighting?
I think, Harlan, you don't need to kill the dragon. The rest of us do, or whatever this thing is. Please, just
Okay. 25 to 20, please.
Where is this thing?
I'll show you in a moment.
Oh, by the way, am I rolling for initiative or am I just staying out of this?
It's up to you. If you want to engage in the combat, you can.
I'll roll the initiative and sort of see what happens. So
Okay.
it was an 8.
Let's shrink this thing for the initiative order. Okay, so 25 to 20, anyone? 20 to 15.
18.
Queglod. 15 to 10.
13.
13 on Bern. Elsyan?
13.
Also 13. Oh, I need to roll.
Oh, wait, sorry, I apologise. 12. Got my maths slightly wrong.
12, okay. Malcom gets a 4. Wonderful. Sasha got an 8. Elsyan got a 12. Rook?
8.
8. Alright. So. Let's see. Bern, your dex is lower than theirs. So you go there. Elsyan, what's your dex?
It's 16.
Okay, so you go before theirs.
Yay.
Rook, what's your dex? Oh, okay, never mind. It's Sasha you need to worry about, so your dex is higher. So Sasha will go second. However, because you're both characters on the same team, you can choose to swap if you wish. So, we have Queglod at the top. Followed by Bern, who is a gap afterwards. Then we have Elsyan, followed by...
Me and Elsyan are at the same time, right?
No, we're not. I got my maths wrong. I'm one below you.
It's Bern and the other one, so actually I'll put you there. Actually, no, because technically you go after, so I need to put you there. Elsyan goes before them. They go... There we go. Alright. So, let's change this music, shall we? As you're otherwise standing there, you kind of see this as the large form rears back and begins to hiss. As you see this form rise from out of the magma. You see the large serpent-like tail behind it, otherwise covered with hardened magma, its head roiling with red and black streaks from the magma which begins to harden into lava. And you see the molten claws as it wraps them around as it hisses. The underbelly begins to go a boiling red. It is the Lair's turn.
Balls.
I don't like this thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks dragon-esque, so Chris, after you kill this one, can I have that one to start from?
Okay, as it is going to spawn 3 methods.
Oh no!
Queglod, it's your turn. You look up, just as a general reference, you look up, the ceiling is about 10 feet above you. There is no room for Felipe in here.
That's fair. Okay.
Unless you want to drown him in lava.
No, probably not. I didn't understand any of the conversation, but am I aware that there is hostility?
You watch as Sasha speaks to this thing and it turns its attention from her to Rook and rears its head back as it hisses loudly. Yes, there seems to be.
Okay. Alright. Oh, how convenient, there's 3 of them. I will cast Eldritch Blast on the methods.
Okay, go ahead.
1
and make...
each.
Okay, go ahead and make me 3 attack rolls, please. Double check what the
God, I
AC
love
and
methods.
health for these things are. Okay, that's nice.
Crack one.
Cool.
Donk your mic.
Duncan, it doesn't work anymore. I have to unplug it now.
Doesn't it?
No.
No!
Oh.
Ooh.
I
That's
love
kinda
that donking
tragic.
noise. It was great.
Better?
Better.
Yep. Unfortunately,
Seems
the
to
donk doesn't work anymore. I have to unplug it, as Jamie said.
Can you donk it
Aw.
anyway, please? So
Donk
we
it.
can know.
Dunk it anyway. We want to hear it.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah!
There you go.
Right, I guess this will be... What was it? Blue, green... Yeah, blue, green, red, left to right.
Okay.
So these are-
Blue, green, red. Got it.
I remember these guys exploded, right?
From what you've
Yeah.
experienced
methods.
previously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's plus 10, so 23, 16, and 19.
Okay, they all hit.
Okay, so that's 10 damage, 14, and 13.
And I thought you said 30 then, and I was like, what? That doesn't seem right. But no, okay.
Yeah, so I swing my hand in one wide motion, sending out a fan of needles.
Mm-hmm.
Each
And
one
as
striking one of the methods.
Yep, and as you do, the needles kind of hit, and you watch as pieces of magma and lava begin to spill off from their form as they kind of stutter and fly there in the air, dripping with small portions of magma. Okay.
Okay, not a lot I can do here vis-a-vis moving, so
Okay. Just going to put these here and add them to the initiative when it comes up. Okay.
oh, actually no, I am casting Hex
On.
as a bonus action on. Let's start with this one.
Okay.
Should have done that before the Eldritch Blast in hindsight, but no, so it's done now.
Okay. Alrighty. Alright. You watch as this mephit otherwise flies up nice and close. And you watch as it brings its hands to its mouth in almost a trumpet-like motion and blows out fire, hitting Bern, Rook, and Elsyan. I'd like all three of you to make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
That was a
I
good-
rolled an 18 and something else.
That's 15.
21.
Okay, and Bern?
7.
Okay, Bern, you fail, everyone else succeeds.
Right.
As you take 9 points of fire damage, halved to 4 for Bern, and halved to 2 for the rest of you.
Guys, I'm on a flat 100 health. It satisfies me.
I'm on a flat 200.
Nice.
I changed mine to 459. That is not correct.
Wow.
Wow, you got a lot of health. Why don't we just send you into most situations? I mean,
Yeah.
alone. Just because, quite frankly, with that much health, you could just survive it.
You haven't. Wait, how much health?
He doesn't have that much. He typed it in
I
wrong.
typed in 459 instead of 159.
I was like, wait, 450 health? Huh? I was like, wait a minute. It took me far too long to realise that was wrong.
There's
Alright.
because there's moments where you just go, wait.
Wait a minute. Bern,
I will. My thing.
your turn.
Can I go through here?
You can, yes. It will be difficult terrain because you'll have to move through Sasha's movement or tile, but yes.
It's 20, 25, 30. Oh,
Didn't quite make it through Sasha's tile, apparently.
I just slipped.
You slipped. Oh no. Okay, you move over there. This mephit is going to use its attack of opportunity on you. That is a 16. Nope. It takes a swing at you, but you quickly kind of move out of the way as it hits against a piece of your metallic hide as you rush past. What would you like to do?
Let's try. 14.
14. Okay. As you otherwise summon your laws to either side of you, you shoot all of them towards it, as you watch as each of them burns away and falls to the ground inert before they even reach it. All 14 are disabled. It seems it has an aura that whenever something enters it on its turn, it takes damage. Or when they start their turn there.
You're in danger.
So each of your laws is disabled. Your movement speed is currently 10. Speaking of which, you moved 5, 10,
Yeah.
15, 20, 25, so actually only 7 of them are disabled. So you have 7 left.
Was it only Devastation that didn't get affected by AoE then?
Devastation does, it's just that your Devastation has 90 hit points, whereas these all have 1.
Oh, because it was immune to AoE effects.
Devastation?
No, from how I remember it working, yeah, it was immune to like fire breath and stuff like that.
Yeah, when it's being used on their turn. Because on your turn it counts as an object you're carrying, so it takes no damage. But it's your turn and you're doing stuff, so in this situation it's the reverse. Yeah, it's the same reason why they took damage from Web Vial's Glass Carapace.
That I know.
Yeah.
Because it's not technically AoE.
No,
Get
it is.
it.
But yeah.
It's like Blade, man.
Yeah. But you watch as they all kind of heat up immediately and then scatter to the nearby vicinity.
Fine. You have landed. It's cone of cold.
You're going to quicken spell Cone of Cold?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. Oh, I make a con save, correct? 32. It succeeds. The method, natural 1.
Yes! He
The
got the important one, Infernal.
The method's gone.
That's
Just
what
gonna
counts.
put him over there for now.
Now let me check. I think that's still half damage. Or...
I'm just gonna add him to the initiative order now because he's dead.
Yeah,
So
half as much damage.
might as well. I'll also add the others, I guess.
Takes half damage.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
21.
21. Okay. You watch as you cast Cone of Cold, otherwise breathing the cold towards. You watch as it goes over the surface of the magma as it otherwise begins to harden. But as it hits the salamander, you watch as the outside of it goes hard for a moment, and then the ice breaks off. Didn't do as much as you'd hoped.
Resistant to cold. Good to know.
Okay. End of your turn?
Yes, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Elsyan, your turn.
Blink.
Blink! Bye!
You are really getting good. You are getting your money's worth on this spell.
He's just
It's a
taking it.
good
It's a good
spell.
spell. Yeah. Okay.
It's a good spell, Brent.
So you blink out of existence. Do you wish to move, or...?
I don't know how moving can help me.
Okay. Very well. Do you end your turn there?
You know what? I am gonna move. I'm gonna move here.
Okay. Yeah. Anywhere which has feasible land on it, which is more than a pixel,
Gotcha.
you're allowed to stand on.
You know what? Actually, I move a square forwards. That's all I do.
You
I
take
don't- I
5
don't
feet
trust this
forward,
effect.
and the rest of you watch as thump, he disappears. You watch as you stare, and you kind of see the ethereal plane around you. The light glow of the orange and amber in the wall disappears as it goes grayscale. And the salamander stares at you. Can still
I'm
see
in
you.
danger.
Doesn't mean it can hit you, but it knows where you are.
By the way, because it's a cold lava. Does this lava freeze over because it's a cold
This
lava?
the lava in a cone from you, so like that is frozen.
Okay.
Yeah, so that will be frozen. It will melt at the end of the lair action's turn, so do keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Mephit's one turn. Oh, he's dead. The Great Salamander's turn.
That's a wonderful name.
As it moves,
Before we go any further, can I quickly ask a question?
is this in character?
Do
or
we
out of
know?
character?
As out of character to it, just ask. Would Sasha know what the fuck a great salamander is?
Nope.
Fair.
None of you do.
It's grey or great?
Great.
Great.
I mean, I'm fairly certain some of us would know what a salamander is. We can just presume this is just a big one.
Fair.
You watch as it otherwise rears its head back, and you watch as its belly grows hot, as it otherwise retches up a glob of lava. And I am going to put my radii right here.
Oh, it's gonna hit Sasha.
That is a point. It would try to avoid hitting Sasha as much as possible here. Alright, well,
I'm okay with this.
Oh, what a lovely salamander.
yeah. Looks like you guys are getting hit, except for Elsyan, because obviously he's in another plane.
Woo!
So
Bullshit.
I would like Rook, Queglod, and Malcom to make me dexterity saving throws, please.
See, I was fully planning on helping you guys, but now I'm kind of just wanting to just walk over here and just watch.
Okay.
I will tickle the back of your neck while in the ethereal plane.
Rook.
21.
That is a fail. Queglod.
Fuck me.
Fucking hell. 19.
That is a fail. And Malcolm with an 18 fails.
I can't fail any of my my blinks this combat, can I? Or I'm dead.
Alright.
I exact 200. It's gonna take a hit.
Just type it in as 200 minus the damage you've taken.
You
Yeah.
each take 98 points of fire damage, halved to
What?
46.
Okay.
47. Yes? No.
This isn't lava?
No, 49. This is lava, so this does in fact bypass resistance. Thank you for reminding me. As you each take 98 points of fire damage. Malcom, Queglod, and Rook. Malcom is
Okay.
down.
Why?
Yeah, I'm
Why
bloody.
is this thing a bastard? What did we do to him?
You watch as it rears its head back. You watch as Malcom kind of hits the ground immediately next to where it is, and you see the Mephit kind of turn and look at Malcom
Oh bugger.
as the salamander looks up and
Aleuir.
around, looks at you, Sasha, waiting. Do you use your
Heart of
reaction to
Immolation.
heal for Heart of Immolation? It seems to know you have this ability. Do you use it, yes or no?
I have to, yes.
Okay. What mode are you using?
I'm healing. I'm not... for one combat and one combat only. I'm not a damage dealer. I'm a fucking healer.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your
What?
healing. And where's it going?
It's happened.
Okay.
It finally
Point
happened,
me,
guys.
who within my 15 who within 15 foot of me is taking damage?
I'm
Rook.
I'm bloody. Jesus.
Within
Rook.
15 feet, it's Rook. Queglod and Malcom are out of your range.
Okay then. How the fuck did you get bloody? Jesus, that thing is
98
strong.
points of fire damage that bypasses resistance, because it's lava.
Right. 21 points of damage to you, Rook.
You'll be glad to know it's a recharge ability.
Not damage, presumably healing.
Yes, that. Oh, I mean, that would be a great dark turn, wouldn't it?
It's reverse
Is
damage.
this where you turn? Is this where you turn BBEG on us,
Yeah.
Harlan? Is this a plan you and Chris have had all this time?
To turn now, of all places? Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good place to kill us.
Oh yeah, it would be amazing. It'd just be a one-man campaign of me doing terrible shit.
Let's
Okay.
be honest, he'd be fucking rich if he killed all of us right now.
He would be. Let's face it. To be quite fair, we've got so much money, he wouldn't actually be able to carry it out.
Okay.
I mean, you could empty a bag of holy and put it all in there, bro.
I suppose, yeah.
Yeah. Alright. As you cast Heart of Immolation, it looks at you and otherwise hisses. So you lump your fate with them. Good. As it
I have
otherwise skims down through the lava, kind of swiftly swimming through and up towards Bern and you. As it otherwise stares at you, the heat radiating off of it. Right. I would like Constitution saving throws from Sasha, Bern, and Rook as you all enter its AoE for the first time on your turn.
Oh no.
You need them now or when our turn starts?
Now. It happens also when at the start of your turn.
Oh my god.
I'm
This one.
20. Is 21 okay?
27.
You're
If
lucky.
I
So
don't-
sorry,
I
not
heard
21. 22.
What? This is 23.
So we had what did you say, Sasha?
22.
Okay, that's a success. Rook?
27.
That's a success. Bern?
23.
Yours is a success. Nice. You each take 15 points of fire damage, halved because you all succeeded, and halved again because you're all resistant. So you each take 3 points of fire damage. As you feel a radiating heat wrapping around it and otherwise emanating from it. It is at this point that Chris is going to be a jerk.
What, you haven't been already?
Method 3 is going to cast Heat Metal on Rook.
What an asshole!
Oh no.
Oh no.
Is method 3 red method,
Method
right?
3 is red method, yep. Am I getting any counter spells or is it going through? Oh, Elsyan can't because he's in the wrong plane.
I'm in the ethereal plane.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I forgot, yeah.
Do you want a counter spell? Yep, okay. You expend a counter spell as it goes to almost conjure this heat. Rook, you feel your armor beginning to glow before it otherwise fades. Just so you understand what this does, until the spell ends, you can use a bonus action on subsequent turns to cause the damage. If a creature's holding or wearing an object that takes damage from it, the creature must succeed a Constitution saving throw or drop the object. If it can't drop the object, it has disadvantage on all attack rolls and ability checks until the start of your next turn.
Oh my god.
In other words, that's permanent disadvantage. So anyone using metal, which is everybody in the party, this is going to get dangerous.
Now I understand why. Now I understand why druids don't use metal.
Because methods are dangerous.
Methods. No, just this one spell. Like there was an archdruid just went. No, we're not doing it anymore. No
This
more
one's
metal.
also going to maintain its distance. Okay, end of the method's turn. Rook. You've taken a massive hit from this, as you see the salamander otherwise peering up from its magma pool, currently looking at Bern, Sasha, and you.
What the hell's your problem? I feel that we're doing wrong by fighting this, but he has nearly killed Malcom. On that note, actually, I am going to use the floating potion of bullshittery or whatever it's called to stabilize Malcom.
Okay, what's the healing on that? It's a...
It's a greater, so it's a 44 plus 4.
Okay, he gains 11 hit points,
Okay,
which will save him
Now then.
from any explosive deaths.
now he's stable. I'm going to go... Is it 5, 15... can I get to there?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Yeah, that's fine.
Yep, cool. I'm not even going to try and negotiate with this guy. I mean, if he gets that recharge, I die. So
Okay.
I'm gonna.
General note, start of your turn, you take damage as a result of being in its fire aura. So go ahead and roll me the Constitution saving throw. Damage is low, so either way, you're probably not going to take that much. Okay, you fail. You take 7 halved to 3 because you're resistant.
Oh, fair. Okay, right. I'm just gonna hit him. No, yeah, I'll hit him.
Go ahead. Also, yeah, Sam, I'm okay to give you this creature's stat. It isn't a dragon though; it's an elemental.
Still, I'll use it. It's dragon-esque. It sort of fits the vibe.
Fair enough.
24. Yeah, 24.
24 to hit. Hits.
One hit. Cool.
Honestly, it would probably work quite well for your fiendy dragon look.
The next
The
one.
look of it might do, but it needs wings and back feet. I'm quite
15.
particular about my dragons.
It has back feet. They're just well
It
hidden
does?
behind
Oh, yes,
the
it
front
does.
feet. Yeah.
Yes, it does. Cool.
Yeah. What was the second hit?
Next one's 15.
15 misses.
The one after that is
Is bigger than the first, so 2 hit.
Yeah.
As you swing in with your axe, you carve across the surface. The first one embeds itself into kind of the hardened lava and goes through, hitting whatever flesh may be underneath. As you pull back and go for another swing, it carves across and glances the surface of the hardened magma and glass before you swing down again with your axe, bedding it in. Use your bonus action to heal, so you can't use any bonus stuff, so go ahead and roll me damage, please.
Oh, nice.
That's
Plus 12.
plus 12. So that is 19 damage. Okay.
I'm gonna action surge him.
Okay, give me a moment. I'm just going to calculate the damage. Go for it.
Doing this one at a time. One's
That
a
is a
crit.
crit. Okay. Which means you'll be doing an extra d12 plus a d6 because of your crit stuff. Go ahead. But otherwise, all of them hit. Which means you can use your bonus. Oh no, you can't because you usually use bonus action. You can reroll the 1. And this is plus 18. So 38 points of damage. Okay, easy to do math on this one. Nice. As you swing into it again, kind of going mad, swinging your axe 3 times, you carve more into portions of it as you take away chunks of the lava rock around the outside of it. But with it being in the lava, it still feels hot and strange. Not getting through much. It's going to use its first of its legendary actions to use a tail attack against you. That is a natural 1. As it swings in with the tail, it otherwise slams next to you, missing entirely, as you quickly parry out of the way with your axe. Okay, Sasha.
Right. Before I actually do any actions on my turn, I'm just going to be like, I'm sorry about this, but they are my family and my friends. And I'm gonna do fucking pathetic move, honestly. I'm gonna do another Spirit Guardians. This time I'll be doing it at 4th level.
Okay. What save is that?
And that is a Wisdom save. Would you prefer I move and then do it? Because I'm planning on moving over here so I get the methods.
That's up to you.
Would
Are
you
you
prefer
casting it before or then moving it, or?
Okay. I don't necessarily care if I hit this guy. I need to hit these 2. So which one would be most effective for hitting those 2?
Moving there and triggering that, because you wouldn't hit this then.
Cool. Right, then, yep,
Okay.
Let's go.
In which case, I will use that roll for the methods, so that first one fails. And for the red method, that is a... Is that a success? 18?
It meets it.
So it
Just.
succeeds. So, okay, so
Yeah.
we'll take half damage.
Still half damage. So, so I cast that at 4th level, so that's 3d8, 4d8. I mean, 13 points of damage. Wow, that is on the lower end.
Okay, the green one is the one that failed, so the green one dies. And the other one takes half damage. Okay,
So
as the
that's
green one
damage
dies, that is a dexterity saving throw from Queglod, Sasha, and not Elsyan, Malcom.
Wait, what? Oh shit! Do they explode?
They explode!
Bollocks!
That's why methods
Sorry.
are so great.
Sorry, is Sudz gonna die then? Because I
No,
saw he was.
he's got 11 hit points still, and he succeeds the save, so he's going to take half. So he takes. Did anybody fail?
I
what
got a
was it?
22, so I hope. I know
What
you've
was the
buffed
save?
these
It's a
methods,
dex.
Oh, well, that was a. Yeah, that's a straight 11.
Okay, you meet the DC. Even if you failed because of half damage, because you're all resistant, you'd take 1 point of damage. So everyone take 1 point of damage, please.
Nice.
That would be Queglod, Malcom, and Sasha.
but
Also
I
roll me a
really do
concentration
feel like we've
check.
got no money's worth on these potions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whose money's worth?
Between all the 1 damages and the homebrew lava rules.
Fair.
Yeah? I mean, lava does just... Again, as
I
you
mean-
say, it is homebrew, but I don't like the idea of being able to wade through lava as a forged
I
domain
mean-
cleric.
That's just the image you want as a Forged Domain cleric, isn't it?
No.
Yeah. Look, I'll make this argument. I want to move through lava.
He can still
because
wade
that would
through
be
them because it
metal
will
as
be
fuck.
resistant, but it won't. But it means he won't be able
mean-
to do. But he won't be able to just go through it without any consequences. Maybe the image you want, Sam, but not me.
As the actual forged domain cleric here.
You don't get a say in this, Harlan. Stop talking.
I remember I mentioned this during character creation when we discussed it. So
I know.
3 years ago when we made it, when Xanathar's just came out.
Oh God.
Look, I get why you're doing it. It would
Yeah.
just be nice.
That's true.
But anyway, yeah, that's all I've got.
Did you succeed your
I guess
concentration?
with
I take it.
Oh God, yes. Like, okay, technically, okay, I do need to actually roll, but yes, God, yes.
All right, you're fine then. Okay. So, as you end your turn, legendary action. It didn't like missing, so it's going to tail attack again. Screw you, Rook. 27 to hit.
Screw you, lizard. That hurt.
It looks at you like you're bearded dragon.
Oh shit! I need to get out of this fight.
You take 28 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, Jesus,
And 4 points of fire damage, half to 2.
okay. It's that magical bludgeoning, I guess.
Yes, it is.
Cool. Excellent. I'm
Is it-
bloodied again.
As the tail swings in, it whacks against your back as you're otherwise hit by it. It is a large and long tail that otherwise being covered in magma has helped it do some form of heat against you. Okay, it is Malcolm's turn. What can Malcolm do? He will transform into what? I don't know. He has one 7th level spell slot. He's going to turn into a dragon of 7th level, 7th CR. Does anybody know what 7th CR dragons there are?
Oh, give me 5 seconds.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Are you also in 5e tools, Harlan?
Yep.
monster list, type dragon, CR range, black copper. White
Black woodwork, copper
Black
woodwork.
Copper, yeah.
Fire dragon wormling will give him immunity to fire, which will help against everything but the magma orb.
It'll still help him.
It'll still help him, and given he's on 10 health, I'm going to do
young
that.
brass dragon he can do.
Is brass fire
Yeah,
as
it's-
well?
Yeah.
And it's got immunity to fire.
Alright, young brass dragon
They
it
don't
is.
deal any fire damage, so.
Do I have a
did-
young brass dragon tile? Yes, I do. Well, I have a brass dragon tile. Alright, that'll do.
And then you just get that down in size.
Then I just go... Oh, larger than that, because it's a young, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a large creature.
Alright, he will transform. He can just about fit in here without falling into the magma.
Yay.
Nice.
I would like to make the argument that this thing should also be taking lava damage if we are.
I mean, this thing's pretty much made of
I
lava.
know.
so-
I know.
Yeah, but bear in mind, you can only be immune to something, and if the lava goes through immunities...
Yeah,
We're trying our best here, Chris, please.
it's fine. I understand. It's as if it's learned
If
to
we're
live in
gonna
the-
get fucked by this.
No, that is a fair argument, which is why I thought around it. Sam, you'll see the feature against temporary hit points
Yeah,
for in lava
cool.
because it
Good,
uses
I'm
it as
glad.
armor.
Let me guess, it specifies...
It
lava.
does.
Oh.
It turns fire damage into temporary hit points. I mean, granted, none of you would.
can't kill it.
I mean, you can. It's just I'm
No.
drastically lessening the damage it's taking.
See, the thing is, it's got legendary actions, which means it's got legendary resistance, so we're back in the same web file problem.
To a degree. Alright, young brass dragon. Don't know what the frick this thing can do. Wish Malcolm were here.
Speaking of people not being here.
That's fine. I was gonna, when it gets to the top
yeah,
of the
I'm
round, I was
gonna
gonna stop there.
Yeah, cool.
I'm just gonna find out what this thing can do, and then throw it at the...
I'm gonna head off now in that case then.
The
If
salamander.
Sudz winds up doing anything super cool, let me know, otherwise.
I mean, I also
Sleep.
have to head off.
He's gonna bite it.
If he's the dragon, he can do
He
all
can do,
those kind of...
he can do sleep breath, he can do a claw, bite.
He can do a bite and 2 claw attacks.
He's going to do a bite and 2 claw attacks then. He's going to fly up, using all of his movement.
So I shouldn't be looking at the stat block while doing this.
No, that's fine. I mean, it's a stat block he would have access to, and just means that I don't need to worry about it now.
Fair enough. If I have it up and just let you know what he can do.
Yep. So 3 attacks. Bite, claw, claw. We have a plus what? Plus 7. That adds his proficiency instead of this thing's. So that would be with an additional plus 3. So there's a plus 10 to hit. So that is a miss, hit, miss. So 1 claw goes through. Doing 2d6. Plus 4 slashing. So that is 9 points of slashing damage to it. Alright. Okay. And as Malcom ends his turn within range of the Great Salamander, that'll be where we will stop for tonight. We'll carry on the rest of this fight next week, where the party will be finishing off a battle against a Great Salamander.
Surviving or dying, who knows?
We'll see. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoy, and we will see you next week for more D&D. Bye-bye!
Bye.
Bye. We're gonna
Bye.
die.